With age comes wisdom. Who was the old fool who come up with that rubbish? 2 years older, certainly not 2 years wiser. It used to be that at my time of life you were making serious plans to jack it all in and head off for that bungalow by the coast. But I was never really the bungalow by the coast type. Anyway, I've got a long wait for my state pension, and please don't ask about any other arrangements I've put in place. Just thinking about it turns me grey. Still hard at work, given the chance. My name is Frank Twist. And if you ever have the misfortune to be arrested in England's sunny northwest, there's a fair chance that either me, Miss Sarah Gold, or another of my team of legal advisors will be looking after your interests. And there's no age discrimination in this game. Although you usually know where you are with a teenage client, the shiny young offender is fairly easy to read and evaluate. The more antique suspect will carry a patina that is probably best left in place. Even expert removal can reveal some unexpected flaws.
Brief Lives by Tom Fry and Sharon Kelly.
Right, that's 5, carry 1. That's 1, 4, 8...
You see, from that angle, it's not bad. Could you just move that lamp downwards a bit?
Okay, so that's how much if I do take it.
The lamp, Frank, light's a little harsh.
Oh, sure. Now, if I don't take it, that's the lump sum. I'll need to subtract that.
I've still got it, haven't I?
Oh, it's a disaster.
What?
What am I meant to do with that?
Frank!
What?
I'm asking you what you think of my body.
Oh. Is this a trick question?
Just seeking a disinterested opinion.
I think your body is absolutely sensational.
Now, you're just saying that, aren't
you? No, I'm not. No, it's these figures I'm worried about.
I'm hearing you.
It just doesn't add up. I'm going to be working till I'm 80.
Forget it. The robots will have seen you off by then.
Yeah, he wore a blue shiny suit and grey shoes. It was so obvious.
What was?
The fellow who sold me my pension. He was a crook. And why didn't I see it? I've met enough of his type in police station cells.
How's the pension looking?
Well, I might just pay the annual water charges. Oh, and we can go out for a kebab supper the first Monday of every month.
Mondays?
Yeah, it's Alice 2 for night.
What about your other investments?
What are they?
Years ago, you told me you had other investments.
Oh, yeah, Little Boot.
That's right. What was Little Boot again?
Little Boot was the finest greyhound running in the Greater Manchester area, and I owned one of his legs.
How's he doing?
He was given a lifetime ban, doping scandal, nothing to do with me. We tried to put him out to stud.
And?
Useless. Showed no interest at all. Hey, are you coming to bed, or are you just going to stand there?
Some guys... get all the luck.
And how's that?
You, with your glamorous younger woman who'll be going out to work to keep you in your duty.
Yeah, it's all glitter and rainbows.
Cheer up, Frank. You've got a nice day out tomorrow.
Oh, have I?
You know about this. You're volunteering.
Not the word I'd use for it.
Oh, be good for you.
Painting an old folks' home. I'm being booked in for the taste today, aren't I?
You are not, and it's not an old folks' home.
It is, though.
It's a community of older people who've chosen to live together, and, actually, you could never live there.
Too expensive?
They're all women.
When you say community, do you actually mean collective?
No, they're just a bunch of like-minded women who...
You signed me up to do the decorating at a commune of senior radical feminists. Things could go wrong.
It's not like that at all. Nothing can go wrong.
It could. I might speak.
And you speak to me?
Doesn't always go well, though. I thought you were meant to be helping, too.
I've got something in the morning. I'll join you by lunchtime.
I should get some professionals in.
Money's tight. Lana's got a nasty neighbour dispute going on.
Lana?
She runs the home. Came into the law centre for some help.
You see, Sarah, you're a natural volunteer. I'm more the mean-spirited old curmudgeon type.
Will you stop going on about being old?
Oh, pension, I'm going to be broke and crumbly.
And will you stop breaking the golden rule? No talking about money and worries in bed.
Well, it's on my mind now.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
Oh, I'm hot.
I'll be the judge of that.
No, I mean, I'm hot. Baking.
Well, don't put your flannel at 90 on
Oh,
them.
you really know how to sweet-talk a woman, don't you?
Me? I am Salford's answer to Barry White. Good morning, Frank Twist. I'm here to see Mrs. Jameson.
I'm Miss Jameson.
Oh, a daughter?
Oh, you're good. I like you. My friends call me LANA.
Well, it's some place you got here.
Could do with a lick of paint.
Well, it's lucky I called by then, isn't it?
This is the drawing room. Yes, that's what a lot of the professional painters and decorators said when they looked at it.
It's enormous.
I know. The quotes I was being handed for a simple decorating job were ridiculous.
I bet.
It's so sweet of you to volunteer.
Well, that's what Sarah calls it. What exactly are you after?
I just want it zhuzhed up a bit.
Right, well, there's a bit of plaster damage here.
Yeah, we suffer a little damp. Stan's trees.
Eh?
We're in dispute with an obstructive neighbour about his trees.
Well, Sarah mentioned that.
Yeah, just stick a couple of coats of emulsion on it. Usually brightens something up. Look at me. I slap a couple of coats on in the morning and nobody's any the wiser.
You what?
Well, I am 73 years old, darling.
Never.
Actually, it's my birthday today. But don't tell a soul.
Well, happy birthday. Sorry, I'm not much of a present, I'm afraid.
Oh, you'll do just fine.
Sarah said that this place is your home.
Yes, but it's far too big for me to rattle around in. Much more sensible to share. I had old friends and colleagues who were living alone, and now we live together. We call ourselves the Magnificent Seven.
And where are the others?
Well, a few are in the orangery.
A drawing room and an orangery?
It's yoga morning. This way. Ladies, say hello to Frank, our knight in shining overalls.
Oh, that's some pretty serious stuff there.
Yeah, been doing it for a long time. They can hold some very advanced
I
positions.
can see that. Impressive.
Oh, there you are, Jack.
Are you ready to make a start?
Frank is here to assist.
Very good, ma'am. Have you had your instructions yet, Frank?
Thought I'd leave that to you, Jack.
Just to warn you, you'll need to keep me on the simple labouring jobs.
Jack's an old hand. He's been a godsend. He was walking down the road when he saw me up a ladder trying to clear a gutter. He rode to the rescue of a damsel in distress, didn't you, Jack?
If you say so, ma'am.
Now he's very willing to do my bidding.
I certainly am, ma'am. Happy to be of service.
Ah, I leave you boys to get on with it.
Are you an old acquaintance of the lady of the house?
No, just met her. I was press ganged.
What?
My partner, she roped me into this.
Really? It's all about the preparation, Frank.
Right.
Let that set, and then you can sand it down.
Not just slapping it on, then?
Oh, no. Miss Jameson has standards.
I can see.
She runs a tight ship.
Jack, too much chatter.
I'm sorry, Miss Jameson.
Ah, you know what I think of workmen who talk too much.
I do.
Very good.
That's a bit harsh. You're doing her a favour.
It's just her way.
Oh, well, we'd better get a move on, then. Don't want to get on her wrong side.
There's a sander in my toolbox.
Yes, boss.
There's only one boss in this establishment.
Fancy toolkit.
Ah, not cheap.
Very professional. All embossed with your initials.
Well, otherwise they tend to go walkies.
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
You think, yeah, well, you don't know, do you? You don't know nothing.
Hey, what's going on?
This woman is manhandling me. I didn't touch you, Miss Boxall.
Who are you?
I'm here doing a job.
So am I, but I'm not upsetting anybody.
My name is Selina Jarvis. I'm from the Department of Work and Pensions. I'm a local service fraud investigator.
And what exactly brings you here?
She says I'm under investigation, but I've done nothing wrong. Miss Boxall, you've ignored all correspondence from us and failed to attend 3 appointments for interview with the department. I haven't. I have documentary evidence of the letters sent to you. Never got any letter.
And what do you want to do now?
I need to formally interview her, under caution.
And you've made her aware of her rights and entitlements?
Sorry?
Rights and entitlements, Miss Jarvis.
Well, she's entitled to legal representation.
Well, that's very lucky, because I'm a legal advisor.
Are you?
Yes, I am.
Wearing a boiler suit?
Well, it's a dirty job, but someone's got to do it.
I have no idea what this is all about.
Officer Jarvis was playing it pretty tight-lipped with me. So let's see what we do know. Are you currently claiming any sort of benefit?
Disability living allowance.
Mm-hmm. How long have you been claiming?
I'm not sure. Several years.
And why are you claiming DLA?
Well, I can't really work anymore.
Why not?
Chronic condition, carpal tunnel syndrome.
Which is?
I get a numbness in my hand, it swells up, it tingles, makes it impossible to grip.
And you get this all the time?
Well, it's worse when the weather's wet.
Well, that's not great for this part of the world. How did you get it?
They think it's probably work-related. Repetitive stress on the wrist joint.
Oh, I had an aunt with something like that. Typist. She got it banging away in an old-fashioned manual. It was like that for you, was it?
Sort of. I've always done manual work.
You'll have doctor's notes about this car...
CTS, yeah. And I get corticosteroid injections for it.
Good. Right, anything else I should know about?
I slipped disc about 10 years ago. My back's never been the same.
Right.
See, it's all right for women like, what's her name? The officer.
Selena Jarvis.
Spends her life behind the desk. Physical work takes it out of you.
Have you ever had any problems with being paid benefits before this?
No.
Do you receive any other benefits?
Housing. That goes to Her Majesty.
Who's that?
LANA. She takes a pound of flesh every month.
And you're not working at all at present?
Come off it, love. I'm not fit to.
Any other sources of income?
I wish. I'm 63 years old. In the old days, I would have had my pension by now. Now I've got to wait another 3 years.
Just to be clear, you're saying that you are incapable of working and you are not receiving any income from employment?
Absolutely.
Good. Right. I'm going to see if I can get some disclosure from Ms. Jarvis.
So what?
I want to know if they've got any evidence.
It'll be nothing, love, I'm telling you. It's the times. They try and bump everyone off benefits nowadays.
Sorry, Lana, my appointment went long.
No problem. Happens with the law. Anyway, come in, come in.
I've had enough of this, Lana.
What now, Stan?
I don't need to look at your banshees contorting themselves at this time of day. I mean, have some dignity and close the curtains.
Are you talking about my yoga group?
Oh, that's what you call it. Bunch of geriatric exhibitionists.
Is this Mr. Barton?
And who's asking?
Miss Jameson's lawyer.
Oh, she can afford a posh lawyer then.
Did you invite this man onto your property, Lana?
Absolutely not.
Then I suggest you leave the grounds, Mr. Barton, before you find yourself in difficulties.
She's the one who's going to be in difficulties.
Not if I've got anything to do with it.
Oh, we'll see about that.
Is that Stan again?
Yes.
Do you want me to sort him out, ma'am? Once and for all?
I'll pretend I didn't hear that.
No, it's fine, Jack. Back to work.
Oh, is he always like that?
Stan Barton, yes. But his bark is usually worse than his bite. Let's go into the breakfast room.
So, Frank managed to escape the hard work.
I'm afraid poor Frank will be wishing he was back here, paintbrush in hand.
I doubt that.
Shirley-Ann can be quite prickly. I wouldn't want to be stuck in a room with her for any length of time.
I'll get him round.
Oh, got him well trained.
He's a work in progress.
So you don't know what the Department of Work and Pensions wanted with her?
Frank made it sound like it was probably nothing. She hadn't responded to some letters.
Madam, they're asking for you.
What is it, Jack?
I think you should come, ma'am.
Officer, what can I do for you?
My name's Police Constable Michael Costello. Are you Lana Jameson?
I am.
What's this all about?
Has Stan Barton been on to you?
Lana Jameson, I'm arresting you under Section 33A of the Sexual Offences Act 1956.
You can't be serious.
You do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence
This is
if
a
you do not
routine.
mention when
The other
questioned
ladies, they must have
something which you later
realised
rely
it's
on
your
in court.
birthday.
They don't
Anything
know.
you say, maybe
All
give me
right,
evidence.
all right, put her out of her misery. You're a strippogram, aren't you?
No reply on arrest.
I'm sorry, Shirley. I was kept waiting for ages.
That's what people like this do. Wear you down. Did you get to talk to her in the end?
Yes.
What did she say?
Anonymous tip-off. Someone rang the National Benefit Fraud Hotline.
And name me.
Yes.
What am I meant to be doing wrong?
They believe that you're not declaring income.
Income from what?
They think you're working.
Where am I meant to be working?
Hospitality sector.
The what?
They say you're entertaining people.
Sorry. Who am I entertaining?
Men.
Right.
They're alleging that men visit you and pay for your time.
They think I'm working as a prostitute.
I know, it sounds ridiculous, doesn't
How
it?
could they prove that?
That's what I said.
Suppose that shut them up.
Not really. They said they've got video.
A Then in 1973 there are 3 convictions under the Street Offences Act of 1959.
Loitering or soliciting?
Yes.
As a common prostitute.
They don't use that terminology anymore.
Yeah, well, they did back then. I was 21. I was still working the streets.
Then in 1976 there's a conviction under Section 33A of the
Sarah,
Sexual
I
Offences
don't...
Act, which is what you're under arrest for today.
Keeping a brothel, I do know. I wanted to get off the streets, and a girlfriend and I worked in a flat we were sharing.
6 months imprisonment.
Over 40 years
I'm
ago.
just checking that these are correct.
They are.
I told the police they must have made a mistake, pulled the wrong PNC record.
Well, they didn't. That's me. I just don't see how it's relevant.
It isn't. Offences end in 1980, all spent.
I didn't like prison.
So you left that life behind?
The Manchester Constabulary wouldn't leave us alone. So I decided to specialise.
In what?
Madame Lala was born.
Who's Madame Lala?
The most notorious dominatrix in the Northwest.
That's you?
Was. For 30 years. I retired.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, Sarah. I never had you down as a prude.
I'm not.
So why are you blushing?
It's just a little warm in here. I mean, what sort of clients did you
Same
have?
as you. Anybody who needed my services. Except yours probably hope you'll be getting them out of the handcuffs.
I'm sorry, you must have had a tough life.
Not really. My client list was a lot fancier than yours. MPs, doctors, quite a few senior members of your profession. I loved my work.
Did you?
I'd always loved dominating men. So I thought I'd make a living out of it.
I'm just trying to imagine the...
Age doesn't have to wither us, sweetheart.
I know. Look, hang on. Are you definitely retired?
Yes.
Good.
Oh, I've worked with a few judges over the years.
Really?
But they didn't judge me, Sarah.
I'm not judging you.
You are.
No, it's just that you're talking about it like any career choice.
Do you love your job, Sarah?
Most of the time.
So did I.
We're a group of retired professionals who've worked in the same business.
Right.
This informant, man or woman?
Anonymous.
That shouldn't be allowed.
Well, it is, I'm afraid. But listen, are you saying that every woman living in that house...
Worked at some time as a call girl or escort or prostitute, whatever.
Right. So you've all got something in common.
Who are you calling common? I work the best hotels in the city.
Sorry, I wasn't saying...
I'm teasing you, love. Actually, we're each of us very different. There are 100 reasons a girl goes on the game.
I suppose.
Or maybe there's just one. Money. Maybe she's destitute, lost her home. Maybe she's broke, can't pay a lecky bill. Maybe she's greedy, got expensive tastes.
And you?
I don't know. Maybe all those reasons. I got an education, but I was a 24-hour party type, me. Didn't know when to stop. Got into some bad habits. Spent a lot of time powdering my nose. Needed easy money.
Doesn't sound easy to me.
I found that out. Tough physical work, hard grind is what I did.
And the drugs?
I was stopped all that rubbish years ago. The girls who stayed on the blow were all gone. Didn't make it much past 40.
So when you came off the cocaine, you stopped working?
No. I had no qualifications, no curriculum vitae. You can't really put whoring on your CV. I had regular clients. I was earning pretty good money. Stick to what you know.
Standard careers advice.
You must meet a lot of working girls in your business.
I do. Young, addicted, usually abused, sometimes got a pimp in tow.
Well, that was never me. I managed myself. Made an okay living.
Right.
But you get to an age, body starts to complain. It's hard manual work.
Not just manual, mind.
Exactly. It's all right for you. You can go on forever in your job.
I may have to.
Folk like you. Desk jockeys.
Oh, I'm no desk jockey. I'm up for a bit of good physical labour. I was about to start painting your sitting room before.
Not my sitting room, love. Lana's.
Of course.
Madame Lala is lady of the manor.
Madame Lala?
She always liked cracking the whip, and now she bosses us all around. Still, it's a roof over my head. And I've got good mates in there.
And are all of the ladies fully retired?
Far as I know. If they are getting up to anything with any fellas, they'd be strictly non-professional.
Charitable.
Most of the housemates are tucked up in bed by 10 with a mug of cocoa.
And you?
Like I said, I've got another 3 years until my pension. It's not right. I paid my national insurance.
As a sex worker?
Made out as a cleaner. Trust me. I never wanted to be...
A working pensioner.
Exactly. But I see a couple of guys, old regulars. I mean, how will they prove anything?
It's not just about money, Shirley-Ann. It's about fitness for work.
I might just be talking to them for all they know.
Tea and muffins. The trouble is, they've got footage.
Where from?
I'm guessing the anonymous informant.
Have you seen it?
I didn't want to. Just didn't feel right.
Don't worry for my sake, love.
How would they have film?
No idea.
Have you got any enemies out there?
Not really.
How about what's going on with LANA?
What do you mean?
Sarah was saying she's got some neighbour dispute going on.
Stan? Well, it's possible. He seems to have a thing against us.
We may have to look at this video they've got.
Sarah, I promise you I am not keeping a brothel.
Really? Look, the law is quite complicated on this. A brothel is defined as a place where people of opposite sexes are allowed to resort for illicit intercourse, whether the women are common prostitutes or not.
I thought you said they'd stop talking about common prostitutes.
In the legislation, but this is old case law. The police are going to ask what arrangements you have with other residents.
None of the women are working in my house.
But technically, money doesn't even have to change hands.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
It's the law. Are you seeing old clients?
Not like that.
Like how?
There are some guys I've been seeing for 20 years. I still see them. They're like friends.
Really?
Yes. Haven't any of your old clients become friends?
One or two, but a bit different.
Yeah. I probably know more about my clients' secrets than you do.
I'm not sure about that.
The chaps I still see. Sometimes they give me a little present. I don't ask.
But you're not running...
I hung up the whips and chains years ago.
And the other residents?
All retired ladies who pay me rent. Suits all of us. Only one who ever complains is Shirley-Ann.
So, in short, Miss Boxall, you're not fit for work.
I'm 63 years old, love. No one wants to hire me.
Really? Of course not. There's some video footage I'd like you to watch.
Before we do, can you tell me where it came from?
Oh, come on, Mr. Twist. You know sources remain anonymous.
Was it recorded with consent?
OK. If you look at the screen, you can see that to the right there's a man, and on the bed there's a woman.
Well, that could be anybody anywhere. I can barely make it out.
And now the focus improves.
Right.
And we say that woman is you. So what?
Shirley, just...
Is that you?
My client is making no comment to this.
It's nothing.
Wait, Shirley.
No comments.
So you say it could be anyone?
No comments.
Because if you look now, the woman's taking off her top.
Miss Jarvis, do we have
And on
to...
her left upper arm, what do you see?
No comments.
See, that's quite an unusual looking tattoo, isn't it?
No comments.
And I couldn't help but notice the tattoo you've got on your left arm. It's the same place. Similar design.
Big deal. No comments.
Can we turn it off now, Miss Jarvis?
Just a minute, because there's something I'd like Miss Boxall to see.
I think we've seen enough.
Oh, here we go. Now, I'm going to say that the woman on the screen is you. Oh, now, that doesn't look like someone suffering from a bad back. That's pretty acrobatic, I'd say.
No comments.
There's another 20 minutes of this.
Which we will not need to
I'd
watch.
say you're very fit for your age. There's a second one which would impress a contortionist.
Turn it off, Miss Jarvis.
Any comments, Miss Boxall?
No.
I should tell you that I believe that you are fit to work, and I'll be reporting back my findings to my senior officers.
I'd like to go now.
I'll also forward this information to the Crown Prosecution Service so they can make a decision as to whether to charge you with fraudulently claiming DLA.
On the back of that footage, how's that in the public interest?
It absolutely is. Lost to the Exchequer.
Can I go?
One other thing. We believe that you were being paid for the activity taking place on that footage.
Rubbish!
That you were working as a prostitute, Miss
There's
Boxall.
no evidence of that.
You claim housing benefit, don't you?
My client is not going to answer these
A
questions.
matter of record, Mr. Twist. And as you should know, housing benefit is not available to people who have more than £16,000 in savings.
I think I need a consultation.
You can look at my bank accounts. I've got nouse. Earning money as a prostitute. You've got a nerve.
Really? We have a witness.
Not a chance.
If you have a witness, you need to tell us about it.
If it's LANA, she's done herself over. I'll let people know
Hold
about
up, Shirley.
Nothing in your bank account, you say?
Yeah.
Which bank account's that, then?
Don't know what you mean.
You're right. I mean, in your current account, you're overdrawn.
Well, there you go.
But we requested a Section 29 under the DPA.
What?
Data Protection Act, if it's granted, they can dig into your finances.
And it was granted.
So?
We found a nice little savings account, Miss Boxall.
I need a consultation.
A few hundred going in every week. Sometimes more. As of last Monday, it was showing £24,800 in credit.
You really think your arrest could be down to Shirley-Ann?
I can't see who else.
But why would she do that?
She's a very difficult resident. A lot of the others would like to see the back of her. I've put her on the final warning.
So you threatened to give her the boot?
Well, there's a personal thing, too. She's never forgiven me.
For what?
There was a man.
A client?
Harry was more than that.
Oh, so you had a relationship with him?
Yes. You look surprised.
Sorry.
Well, look at it this way. You get paid for being a lawyer, and then you do some voluntary work, too.
Pro bono.
Well, maybe Harry was my pro bono.
Right.
No, actually, that's not fair on him. I fell in love with Harry. Only time that ever happened with a client.
What is it I'm missing?
She always was a sneaky one.
What's going on between you and Lana?
Ancient history.
You sure it's so ancient?
Harry Towning was my client.
Who's Harry Towning?
He was a regular, years back, every Friday. He'd take me out to dinner, sometimes to the pictures, theatre too. The Royal Exchange. I'd never been before. He even took me to the ballet.
Is that normal?
No way. Harry knew how to treat a woman like a lady. Held the door open, lit your cigarette for you. Proper old-fashioned.
Must have made a change.
It was like he respected me. And he was a big payer too, very generous. Then he met Lana.
What happened?
He dropped me. Took up with her. She wound him round her fingers.
In the end, he was just a client.
Is that how you see yours?
A client is a client.
You're right. But Lana stole my punter and ended up with what should have been mine.
He was a Navy man, officer, worked his way up.
Why was he going to prostitute?
He was a man. Men do.
Some men do.
Yeah, fair enough. But you'd be surprised at some of the men who do. Actually, with Harry, there was a reason. His ship was hit.
Right.
Missile, Falklands, massive fireball. Harry got burnt, all across his chest, down his leg. Ugh, it was really bad. He was almost 40, had a young wife. He got back home and she took one look at him and walked.
That's rough.
Well, she was a child, really, couldn't cope. But it knocked Harry's confidence with women. He used to say he'd take a girl out and if things started getting amorous, he'd back away. The scars on his body were terrible. He couldn't bear to see a woman's face when she saw him undress. So he turned to the professionals. Nothing freaks us out.
But he was going to Shirley-Ann.
He'd been seeing her for years, but when we met... Well, we were a good match. I could read him. I knew what he wanted.
And what was that?
Safety.
From a dominatrix?
I wasn't like that with Harry. We fell in love.
But what about your work?
It was different with Harry. I didn't have feelings for my other clients.
Oh, I thought you said you enjoyed it.
I like my work.
Right.
Oh, there she is again. Judge Sarah.
I'm not
I'm
judging.
sorry. I can't give you a story about my abused life to explain everything. I don't know why I'm the person I am. Why do you need the stuff you need? I'm too old to worry about that now. I enjoyed dominating men. But with Harry, it was different. I really loved him.
Even though you were seeing other men.
That was work.
Oh, I'll never get my head around it.
Oh, funny. You'd make a good dominatrix.
I don't think so.
Well, maybe not. I have a feeling your favourite flavour is vanilla.
I'm so boring.
Nothing wrong with vanilla if you like it.
What happened to Harry?
He got cancer. I came to live with him, nursed him through to the end, which was a privilege. Madame Lala retired for everyone except Harry.
And what then?
I grieved Sarah. And then I had to decide what to do with the house.
The house was his?
Well, he had no close surviving relatives. He left it to me in his will.
Wow, that was generous.
He was a generous man. But I had to work out how I was going to keep the place going. Harry's pension died with him.
Well, if he'd married you, then...
He asked me. I said no.
Why?
Never wanted marriage. Not my kind of bondage.
And that's why you set up the retirement community.
Shirley-Ann was the first resident. She'd introduced me to Harry. I knew she was down on her luck. She bit my hand off when I told her the rent. I should have charged her more.
And you think it's Shirley who reported you to the police?
She's bitter. I stole her man. Harry meant nothing to her. He was just another punter.
But how long has she been living in the house?
Over 3 years.
So why turn on you now?
Like I said, I've been seriously thinking about giving her notice. And she knows it. And I think she's found out.
About what?
I caught her in my bedroom last week. She was going through the chest of drawers.
Why?
She came out with some rubbish about looking for a dress of hers she'd lost in the laundry. Trouble is, I think she'd been in there for a while.
So what?
I keep a copy of Harry's old will in that drawer. She's bound to have read it.
Stuck-up cow grabbed hold of me. How dare you enter my room without permission?
What were you looking for?
I was returning a frock of Lana's and looking for one of mine. There's a woman comes in and does the laundry each week. All our clothes disappear, scattered round the house. It's no big deal.
Well, why was she so mad?
Thought I'd been snooping. She was right about that. There it was, sitting in a drawer. Harry's will.
And?
Lana was the main beneficiary. He left the house in trust to her, but there was a condition.
What did it say?
That she can live there. But if she or any other resident is found to be using the house for purposes of prostitution, then she's in breach of the terms of the trust.
So if it could be proved that you were entertaining guests...
She might lose the house. It's her that's grasped me up to the DWP. She's the one with the hidden camera.
Why would she do that? She'd get into as much trouble as you. Worse, she could lose the house.
She's sneaky. She didn't tell the police, did she? So no scandal, no one will find out. Just me being done by the DWP, losing me benefits, not being able to pay me rent, and then out.
No chance. It can't be Lana.
It could be.
It's not in her interests. You're looking for someone else. How about a disgruntled client?
I don't have disgruntled clients. Frank, if that woman is filming me in my bedroom without my permission, that has to be a crime.
It would be, but it's not Lana. What about this dodgy neighbour who's been making trouble?
Stan? Well, I suppose it could be something to do with him. Listen, the officer said it would take a while to hear from the CPS. Can you go back to the house and see if you can find any cameras?
Oh, I'm not sure about that.
Oh, please, Frank, you could have a word with that Stan too.
And what do I tell Lana?
Nothing. Take my keys, and hopefully you won't see her.
Lana, I need clear instructions. Are you currently working as a prostitute?
No.
Are any of the other women in the house working?
To the best of my knowledge, no.
How do you support your lifestyle?
Rental from other ladies.
Police will need hard evidence if they want to prove that you're keeping a brothel.
Well, who knows what Shirley-Ann has said, but if there's any suggestion, I mean, just a whiff of scandal, it could be very difficult.
I won't let you lose the house.
The terms of the trust are very clear. And what with this dispute with Stan...
Yeah, he really seems to have it in for you. I'll bet he's got something to do with this.
I don't think he knows anything about our past lives.
He's been very keen on making things difficult for you.
I have nothing to do with him.
What if he's done some internet stalking?
I never used the internet for work. All my clients were personal recommendations.
Could he have found out about your previous arrests? Were they reported in the local papers?
I don't think so. And they're years ago.
So, if this neighbour Stan Googled your name...
Oh, no, hang on. There was one thing. About 20 years ago, I was working with another woman and her dungeon got raided.
Oh, health and safety?
Police. Everybody got arrested. None of us got charged. One of her slaves turned out to be a bloke who read the local news on the telly.
Oh.
Newspapers got hold of the story. Very humiliating for him.
Not the sort of humiliation he was looking for.
No, poor man. My name appeared in the stories too. I don't know why.
Police stations were very leaky back then. Staff selling stories to the press. If this neighbour wanted to get rid of you...
Yeah, but Stan wouldn't know the terms of Harry's will.
Harry wouldn't have talked to him?
Well, they didn't talk to each other.
Wills are public documents. Anyone can read them.
Maybe Stan has been telling tales on us.
It has to be him. You didn't say what happens to the house if you were to lose it.
Well, there's a nephew. Harry hadn't seen him since he was a baby. Why?
I spent a year doing probate when I was young. The disputes were vicious. Made criminal law look quite straightforward and decent. We were taught to keep our eyes on the money.
Well, I've never met him. He didn't come near, even when Harry was dying.
Do you know his name?
Well, it was John something.
Could his name be in the will anywhere?
I only ever looked at it once, years ago. Sarah, look, I can't deal with going to court for this.
I'm not going to let that happen, and you're not going to lose the house.
But if the police
I can deal with them. But I don't think Shirley-Ann is your real problem.
She's always a problem.
She gains nothing if you lose the house.
Trust me, that woman would cut off her own nose.
Is the will still in your chest of drawers?
Yes.
I think we need to have a look at that. What are you doing here?
Ah, much the same as you, I bet. I'm up to no good.
My client thinks yours set her up.
That's exactly what mine thinks about yours.
Well, are you going to ring the bell?
No. My client gave me her keys. So, your client hasn't been making mucky movies starring my client.
Ew, no.
Because if she has, she needs to up the production values a bit. Very grainy.
Oh, at least I don't think she has. Does your client say she has?
Doesn't know. Certainly didn't give permission.
Hidden camera?
Looks that way.
Doesn't sound like Lana.
I need to look in Shirley-Ann's room. Fancy being my witness?
Not sure. Seems like our clients are in conflict.
Oh, stop being such a goody two-shoes and come with me. Shirley-Ann said hers was third on the left.
Am I too much of a goody two-shoes?
Yes, you are.
Thanks. This is Lana's room. I just need to retrieve something. Oh, Jack.
Oh, God, you nearly gave me a heart attack. I was just doing a bit of painting.
OK.
How did it go at the station?
Sorry, I can't talk about that.
Oh, I'm sure they'll know soon enough.
Yep.
That's weird. Jack, you're here.
There was some damage on the wall here. It just needed tidying up.
Oh, right. Looks like you did the same in Shirley-Ann's room.
Hey?
You left your brushes here.
Your initials are JB.
Yeah, so?
And Jack, is your name actually John?
Why do you ask?
Oh. Well, Mr. John Blackstone.
Who?
The late Harry Towning's nephew. Harry Towning was...
Yes, I know who Harry Towning was. What's in your bag here, John?
Shall we have a look?
Hey, that's my bag.
Oh, that's very helpful of you to say so. Oh, a miniature video camera.
No. Two, actually. This one's still got the plaster dust on it. Just come out of the wall. I think you may be in the process of committing a series of criminal offences.
These lot are the criminals.
Well, just you being in this room without permission could be a technical burglary.
Lana's a fraudster.
There's almost certainly going to be a deception involved.
That's true, and then there's Section 67 of the Sexual Offences Act 2003.
What's that?
Voyeurism. The old Peeping Tom Act.
No, not guilty. You're not allowed to secretly film people if you're doing it for pervy reasons.
Not quite how they put it in the legislation, but...
Yeah, but I had a good reason. It's legal if you're recording to gather evidence of criminal or corrupt behaviour,
right,
and the crime you document is more serious than the civil offence you are potentially committing by recording it. There.
I tell you what, Sally, you've got to hand it to him. He's got his research.
He certainly has.
Look, my uncle's will was clear. If Lana Jameson was running a whorehouse, she loses her right to the property.
But she isn't.
Then why have the police still got her?
You reported her to the police.
I didn't have to. When Miss Jarvis started investigating Shirley-Ann, I told them that I thought Lana was running a brothel. They did the rest.
Unless you write a heap shtick with Lana?
I was waiting for her to offer me her services.
But she didn't, did she? So pretty much disproves your accusations.
She must have known about the other tart carrying on.
No, she didn't. And when you couldn't get anything on Lana, you used Shirley to try and oust her.
You are not going to get this house.
Oh, yes, I am. Get out of my way.
Oh. I think we'd better work together on this one.
Will I be charged?
Nah, I doubt it. Don't think the high-ups at the DWP fraud office will want to be associated with John's little film studio. But you can wave goodbye to your DLA.
What am I supposed to live on? My savings will be gone in no time.
That, as the judges say, is a matter for you.
Lana will be giving me the bum's rush.
Ah, you never know. Sarah said she'd have a word with her.
Ha! Madame Lala didn't get to the top of her game by offering tea and sympathy.
Unless Lana needs you as a witness against John Blackstone.
Excuse me, Miss Gold, Miss Jameson.
Hello. Superintendent, surely you're not conducting the interview?
Goodness, no. We've just been reviewing this case. The chances of a successful prosecution are slim, and the public interest would not be served by pursuing this matter further.
Oh. Great.
So you are free to leave with no further action, Miss Jameson. I'll tell the custody staff to begin the booking out process.
Oh, wow. Wasn't expecting that.
No.
Although he's quite a decent chap, that superintendent.
Yes, he is.
You've met him before?
A while back.
In one of these places, I suppose.
Similar. Although I was in charge of his detention the last time we met.
Good result.
Well, mine was. Yours was a bit middling.
Well, mine was great. Jack that had to claim on the house went down the Swanee and I got out doing the painting and decorating.
I told Lana we'd be back tomorrow to do it.
You didn't.
We promised we'd help.
But the foreman's walked.
Look, I'm a decent painter. I'll be in charge.
Oh, this gets worse. You cracking the whip.
Frank.
Yeah?
Am I a bit boring?
You what?
You know, just a bit dull.
You are a constant source of fascination and inspiration.
I'm serious. Am I a bit vanilla?
Oh, right. You want to liven things up a bit.
I was just worried that I might be pedestrian.
You are asking a man who was doing his pension planning in bed last night.
True.
Now, that's what I call dirty talk. Give me some of that equity release, baby.
Yes.
Doesn't get a laugh.
Sorry. I went to the doctor this morning.
Why?
You know, I said I was hot last night.
Yeah?
Well, I've been getting like that for weeks.
Right.
The doctor said I'm starting the menopause.
Is that all?
It's the beginning of the end.
Come on now, there's a lot to be said for a woman of a certain age.
But you say that now, and I was standing naked in front of the bedroom mirror last night. You didn't turn a hair, let alone anything else.
I'm very sorry. It's unforgivable. It won't happen again.
Should I buy myself a bullwhip?
No, Sarah, please don't. I already know when I'm beaten. Grab those wine glasses. Come on. Why don't we take these upstairs?
Now?
I'm not having pedestrian. That's walking pace. We can still manage a run around the block, can't we? Well, it's a thought. We could all grow old together in communities of like-minded professionals sharing tales of the old days. Trouble is, that means Sarah and me moving in with a bunch of lawyers in our dotage, truly a fate worse than death. So, I think that Sarah Gold and I will have to keep each other entertained over the years. I know, I'm getting on, but I'll do my utmost to remain disciplined in these matters. After all, I like to think we're tightly bound together. In the nicest possible way.
Frank was played by David Schofield and Sarah by Kathryn Hunt. Lana was played by Susan Twist, Shirley by Sue Jenkins, Jarvis by Kate Coogan, Jack by John Henshaw, and Stan by Lloyd Peters. Brief Lives was written by Tom Fry and Sharon Kelly and produced in Salford by Gary Brown.
I always put my kids first. We all say that, don't we? We want to protect them. We try to set them the best example, provide a template for a noble and fulfilling life. I know, parenthood is about coming to terms with underachievement, your own underachievement. My name is Frank Twist, and if you ever have the misfortune to be arrested in England's sunny northwest, there's a fair chance that either me, Miss Sarah Gold, or another of my team of legal advisors will be looking after your interests. Although, if protecting your own interests conflicts with the interests of your offspring, then sometimes we might have a problem.
Brief Lives by Tom Fry and Sharon Kelly.
Right.
Did she go in all right?
Yeah.
Didn't cry?
Oh, no, she cried.
Oh, I hate that.
It's fine.
You're a very hard person, aren't you?
Franny cries when she's going into class because she's worked out that if she does, Mrs. Rana will give her the panda and a cup of orange juice.
Hard and deeply cynical. How do you know this?
It's in her genes. I used to do the same thing.
When did you stop?
I didn't. Still got that panda.
True.
And Frank, stop it with the obscene gestures to fellow road users.
Those were advisory hand signals.
Franny isn't fooled by that anymore. She watches and learns.
Well, it's important she sees us as fully rounded human beings.
What kind of person flicks V's from the passenger seat?
Observes us as developed and complex people. That's why I let you drive today.
Let me drive?
I didn't mean...
Let? Saudi Arabia getting a bit progressive for you, is it?
We're both parents and working people. Our roles are not defined by our genders.
Obviously.
Obviously. And she can see that I do the washing up.
When does that start?
I've always washed up.
High days and holidays. Are you going to brief me on this client?
What? Oh, Dominic Layton. I haven't seen him for years. He was never a client, his son was.
So Dominic used to turn up as appropriate adult?
No, that was Mum.
So how come Dad calls the agency?
He was the original contact. It's years back now. Dominic was my dentist.
So this contact came through your dentist?
I'm in the chair, a fella's digging around my mouth with that scrapey thing, and he starts telling me about his son. Kid's called Ben. Keeps getting nicked.
What did you say?
Well, he had me where he wanted me. I said, call me next time the lad was in a police cell.
Good client?
The boy? Well, kept the agency running in the old days. Used to be arrested all the time.
What sort of thing?
Oh, rubbish. Criminal damage to a bus stop, bit of public order, copious amounts of weed, getting into fights.
Dentist's son.
I know. Me neither. Lad always came off second best, though. I'd turn up at the police station and they'd have been seriously knocked about by some other kid.
But he'd always get arrested?
Oh, yeah. He'd give the police lip so they'd nick him.
Wonder why he was like that as a kid.
No idea. All this was years ago.
Dominic still do your teeth?
No, he closed the practice. Don't know where he went. Still, it's funny that he asked for you instead of me.
I picked up the phone. I don't know. Maybe he wanted a woman advisor.
Oh, that wouldn't surprise me. And I get Dominic's ex-wife.
Oh, not good.
Lucy. She was a nightmare at the police station. Appropriate adult. No help. We'd always end up talking about rubbish, and young Ben would be sidelined.
Bit weird, two of them called in for inquiries together.
Nah, it'll be something to do with Ben, it always was.
Where are you meeting Lucy?
Caff opposite the neck.
Right, hop out, I'll go and find a space.
You sure?
Yeah.
Might be some parallel parking involved.
Oh, yes, I might need an older male escort to supervise that.
Be a shame if you got nicked.
On your bike.
Back again, love?
Oh, this is my second home. 2 teas and a Coke, please.
Okay. Coke.
What? I'll choose what I drink.
All right, love.
Once a dental hygienist.
Oh, can't stop myself.
So, have you had any indications from the police?
What sort of indications?
That's what I'm asking you, Lucy.
They just said they wanted some help with inquiries, a few questions.
Did they talk about arresting you?
No. Why? Do you think they're going to arrest me?
No.
Good.
Did you get an officer's name?
Yes. What was it again, Ben?
Peter Anderson.
That's it. Detective Sergeant.
From the station?
No. Which was it?
Ashton-under-Lyne.
Right.
Is Ashton bad?
Well, it's where the big boys play. Lots of serious crime investigations come out of Ashton.
This whole thing must be a mistake.
What about Ben's dad?
Dominic.
He walked ages ago. Haven't seen him in years.
No, and we don't want to, do we, love?
Put us out with the rubbish, my dad.
I'm sorry.
What's wrong, Frank?
Oh, it's just funny. They've called in Dominic as well.
Dominic?
Yeah, same thing as you, helping with inquiries.
Right. Well, I don't get that at all. I mean, we've had nothing to do with him.
Years.
Can't be a coincidence, can it? Just one of those things.
Unlikely.
Then I don't get it. I don't know, really.
I've spoken to D.S. Anderson.
What is it then, Sarah? Am I supposed to have witnessed something?
Anderson's from the cold case unit.
Right.
They've reopened the Joanna Blake case.
Who's Joanna Blake?
15-year-old girl who went missing in Manchester.
When was this?
20 years ago.
Okay.
Her body was found 6 months after her disappearance. Coroner said she died from a blow to the head.
Right.
You're not aware of the case?
Not at all.
It was a big news story.
Was it?
No, it was just before I came up here. It was all over the television, national newspapers.
Sorry, I was totally about my work in those days. The rest of the world sort of passed me by.
So, you have no idea why police want to talk to you about this?
None.
Could you have been a patient?
No, absolutely not. I'd have remembered if a patient had been murdered.
The trouble is, I'm getting nothing from the police about why they want to talk to you.
Is that unusual?
Well, they must have some reason. They've asked you to come in. They haven't arrested you.
Why would they arrest me?
If they had reasonable evidence to link you to a crime.
So they haven't? I can just walk away, I suppose.
You could, but why would you do that?
I wouldn't. I'll do anything I can to help.
OK. Right, you'll be interviewed under caution. That means what you say is evidence.
Right.
And you have no connection to Joanna Blake?
None at all.
OK. Keep your answers simple and clear.
I will.
And please don't tell any lies.
Of course not.
If there's a question that's too difficult for you, better to say nothing.
Got it, Sarah.
Oh, one other thing.
We're ready to interview.
I really thought all this stuff was behind us. I just thought...
Easy, Lucy. Come on, try to calm down.
I had nothing to do with him for years.
Dominic?
I thought we'd moved on. I'd stopped thinking about him, Frank.
The police probably don't know that. Is this going to be something to do with Ben?
No, he's grown up, left all the silliness behind. Still has his problems.
What kind of problems?
Well, he was always a nervy boy. I should be with him now.
Oh, he's fine. He's sitting outside in reception.
He'll be worried.
He's a grown man. He'll be all right.
He's such a fretter. He gets panic attacks. I'll go and see what's keeping the police.
Lucy, we may need to be patient.
Please, Frank.
And you're absolutely sure you did not know Joanna Blake to the best of your knowledge?
Correct.
This is Joanna. It was taken about 6 months before her death. Jog any memories? Mr. Leighton?
Sorry.
Wondering if you recognise her face?
No, I don't.
Pretty girl, wasn't she?
Is that relevant, Mr. Anderson?
Joanna went missing on the 9th of May, 1998. Can you account for your movements on that day?
Over 20 years ago.
Professional person, dentist, appointment books.
What day of the week was it?
Saturday.
I didn't hold surgeries at the weekend back then.
So you wouldn't have been at work?
That's right.
Do you know Buxton?
A little.
Visited the Peak District at all?
Years ago, a camping weekend.
Relevance?
Joanna's remains, found in woodlands south of Buxton.
I'm sorry, I wish I could help.
Dominic Leighton, at this stage I'm arresting you on suspicion of the murder of Joanna Blake.
No!
You do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention when questioned something you relate to rely in court.
Wrong!
Anything you may say may be given in evidence.
Officer, what's happening?
I wouldn't want there to be any problems in procedure around a case like this, so we'll book your client into custody. My colleague will take you down. I need to take a witness statement.
What witness
Mr. Leighton,
statement?
Mr. Leighton, not a word.
Morning. It's Lucy, isn't it?
Yes.
Nothing to worry about. Just need a little chat.
Why is my ex-husband at the police station?
My client has had no contact with Dominic Leighton for almost 20 years.
Well, this case relates to matters over 20 years ago.
Sorry?
I'm coming to that. May of 1998.
That's a very long time ago.
It is.
Oh, my memory, not good. Can't remember yesterday, really.
What exactly is this about, officer?
Joanna Blake.
Oh, right.
You remember the case, Mr. Twist?
I had 2 separate clients arrested for it.
What happened to them?
Both had cast-iron alibis. They were totally innocent.
Police made a lot of arrests, mainly speculative, known sex offenders. There was so little evidence.
Round up the usual suspects.
That sort of thing. Do you remember the case, Lucy?
I'm not sure. I don't think so.
Teenage girl went missing. Body found much later.
Right. Maybe, but I don't know anything about it.
You might, you know.
I don't.
Why have you asked Lucy to come in?
Sometimes people can witness significant things without realising it.
I didn't witness anything.
We need to see if there's anything you can remember from that time. It could be very helpful to us.
I really don't think I can help.
There's a Ben Layton asking for Mr. Twist.
We're in the middle of...
He's very wound up. Says it's urgent.
He might be having one of his attacks. I should go.
No. Let me have a word with him.
He may need me.
He was asking for me.
OK, we'll take a little break.
I won't be long.
Tell him I'll be out in no time. Nothing to worry about.
What's going on?
It's all right, take it easy.
I mean, I just get dumped here.
I wasn't just going to leave you here.
All these places do my head in. Don't you get it?
I get it.
Mum, have they arrested her?
Not at all.
And my father?
My colleague's dealing with him.
Frank, if I see that man...
Then shush, you won't. Come on, let's go outside and get some air.
What are they saying?
Not very much.
Why have they arrested me?
They say they have evidence linking you to Joanna Blake.
From 20 years ago? What evidence?
They're not saying.
Well, can they do that?
We're looking at staged disclosure.
What's that?
Sit down, Mr. Layton. They're not telling me anything. They'll disclose any evidence after an initial interview with you.
Well, surely they have to tell you why they arrested me.
They just said evidence linking you to her.
I can't understand it all because I said I visited the Peak District years ago.
No, there must be something else.
What?
You're of good character?
What?
No previous convictions?
Of course not.
Have you ever been arrested?
No.
Drink driving?
I don't drink.
So, you have absolutely no previous arrests of any sort?
I've told you that, Sarah. This is some sort of terrible mistake.
OK.
Can we take any action?
Like what?
I don't know. Sue them on unlawful arrest.
We need to deal with this now.
Right.
You should also know that your ex-wife has been asked to attend the police station.
I've more than one ex-wife.
Ben's mother.
Ah, Lucy.
Yes.
Right. Has she been arrested?
No. But can you think of any reason why the police might want to talk to her?
None at all. I've got no idea about any of this.
Oh, you got yourself in a bit of a state, haven't you?
Sorry about this, Frank. Deep breaths, right?
Yeah, go on, that's the idea. So how are you doing?
I'll be fine. It's these places.
Yeah, I know.
Even the smell of them.
Never changes. Police station full.
Took me right back. I'm calming down now. Sorry.
No worries.
I never thought I'd see the inside of one of these places again.
I bet.
I just need to...
Ben, what are you doing?
It calms me down.
You're daft. You don't light up a spliff outside a police station.
I needed to...
You'll get nicked. Put it out.
Just one more.
Chuck it away, Ben. You're smoking every day.
Sometimes. What do they want with Mum?
I think they're more interested in your father.
What are they saying?
I'm not sure yet. What's up, Ben?
Nothing.
Something is.
I don't even like thinking about him.
Your dad?
Yeah.
What sort of contact do you have with him?
None now. Used to send a birthday card with a banknote in it. They stopped.
Been years then?
Hardly ever saw him after he walked out.
When was that?
Summer 2002.
How old were you?
12.
Not easy.
They were always arguing anyway.
Mum and Dad?
And he loved having a go at me.
What, he was fine?
No. He just slagged me off all the time.
Is that when you started playing up?
What do you mean?
Well, a lad like you.
What am I like? What are you saying?
Bright kid. Well-off family.
You think?
Oh, you were always different to most of the kids I met in the cells.
Don't think so.
You were, Ben. Dentist's son.
Your dentist. My dad.
I only saw you with your dad once.
The one time he came out as an appropriate adult.
Criminal damage, was it?
I got caught with spray paint next to a wet tag.
Your dad turned up and all he wanted to do was talk about me teeth.
Chat up the police woman.
Right. Didn't you give her his phone number?
Yeah. Some talk about sorting out her overbite. Mr. Smooth Operator.
Well, I gave you a proper talking to outside.
You're a loser. Do you want to be a loser all your life?
It's a bit over the top.
That was almost the last time I saw him. I didn't care. I'd had enough of him.
I'm sorry, Ben.
It's all right. Our life started to get better when he was completely gone. We were both happier.
All right, just you and your mum?
Yeah. He used to make her feel like nothing, too. She'd do anything to keep on the right side of him.
Do you think they'd let me talk to Lucy?
Not now.
She's quite a vulnerable person. She'll be very upset.
Frank will be taking care
She
of
doesn't
her.
really deal with stress very well. If I could talk to her...
That's not going to happen. We need to talk about you. Who do you live with now?
I live alone. Why do you need to know all this?
I need to take a background statement. Are you currently working?
No. Too many ex-wives. Third one took me to the cleaners. I was bankrupted. Forced to close down the practice. I do a little locum work.
Right.
Trouble is, if I work now, it all goes to the ex-wives. It's hardly worth it.
Any other children apart from Ben?
No, just Ben.
Do you see him often?
Is that relevant?
I don't know. Is it?
Ben and I are... Well, I haven't seen Ben for a very long time.
He used to wake up in the night. All the day was him shouting and Mum crying.
How old were you?
I was young. 7, maybe? 8? Seemed like every night. It wasn't.
Ah, but those are the nights you remember, eh?
Yeah.
Did you know what they were arguing about?
Dad was a dog. It was about other women.
Well, your mum told you that.
She didn't have to. He was blatant, always chatting them up.
Right.
There was this one night, Mum was just crying for hours, different sort of crying, really sobbing, hours and hours.
So what did you do?
Hid under the covers, tried to turn it off.
Do you know when that night was?
I was about 9 or 10.
Ben, did you ever hear them mention a woman's name when they were arguing?
Not sure. Don't think so.
Joanna?
Joanna?
Yeah.
Is it important?
Could be.
How's Mum doing?
I need to go back and see her. Are you going to be all right?
Yeah, I'll take a walk around the block.
Good man. Clear your head, eh?
Officer, you've still provided no reasonable evidence for the arrest of my client.
Bear with me, Miss Gold. Mr. Leighton, you have said that you did not know Joanna Blake.
That's right.
No contact with her.
To my knowledge, no.
Were you ever a member of the Lower Valley Choir?
Yes, it was a large community choir.
Do you remember when?
A very long time ago.
20 years ago, Mr. Leighton?
Maybe, but possibly more.
Have a look at this.
Could I see?
Got one for you. That is a copy of a programme from a performance by the choir in 1998.
Right.
There's a list of names there. Third name down in the middle column, sir.
Me, Dominic Leighton.
Fifth name down in the third column.
I had no idea.
Read it aloud, please, Mr. Leighton.
Joanna...
It says Joanna Blake. You were both members of the choir at the same time.
So it seems.
You were, sir.
I didn't know her.
You did.
No!
When we reopen cases like this, we go back through all previous available evidence. This document formed part of the original inquiry. My colleagues would have used it to try to make connections.
Was my client questioned during the original investigation?
We have no evidence that he was. As you said, it was a large choir. Hundreds of members, actually. Some joined very briefly.
People came and went.
I should say that in historic cases like this, investigators also use any breakthroughs in forensic evidence to see if there are further facts we can adduce. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes.
Forensic scientists have conducted a further investigation on Joanna.
Officer, my client is of good character.
He is.
Could you confirm that he has never been arrested?
I can, Miss Gold.
So he has never provided a DNA sample to the police?
Correct.
Thank you, officer.
Mr. Leighton, we can link you to Miss Blake through DNA evidence.
I don't understand.
What exactly don't you understand, sir?
You just said that you don't have my DNA.
Is that your concern, sir?
I just don't understand.
Just wait a moment, Miss Leighton.
Maybe I can help you with that. We have DNA records of a close family member of yours on police files.
Whose?
Your son's.
Ah, yes, my son was arrested on many occasions.
Our laboratories have used his DNA samples to show that your DNA is connected to Joanna's body.
Right. I need a consultation with my client.
No.
Mr. Leighton, we need to
You
speak...
don't understand.
Understand what?
Officer,
She wasn't well.
Joanna Blake?
She wasn't rational.
You know, I was only 16 when I started in his surgery. Just finished my O-levels.
Ah, you were working there back when I was his patient.
He was a lovely boss. End of my second week there, he asked me to have a drink with him after work. Then he took me out to dinner. Really plush place. I'd never been anywhere like it. Drove me home in the murk. My mother was waiting at the front door. She said, "What did you have to do to get that?"
What did you say?
I told her the truth. Nothing. Dominic was the perfect gentleman back then. That's how he worked. He'd send flowers, chocolates with little cuddly toys on them. Oh, he knew the way to a girl's heart. He got me. Married on my 17th birthday.
That's young.
Tiny little wedding. And I'd escaped. My mother was always difficult. Very domineering.
Must have been very tough, though. Had to grow up first.
Well, you know what? Dominic saved me. And then he didn't. Dominic just knew about controlling us.
Us?
Oh, he went through 2 more wives after me. Kids, all of them. Plus there'll have been lots of other little affairs.
Why did you put up with it?
I was a kid too. And I loved him. He'd saved me from the dragon. No regrets.
Really?
I got a beautiful son out of it.
Yeah, he's a good lad.
He is. Although, that's when Dominic began to lose interest.
When Ben was born?
As soon as I fell pregnant. He lost interest in me, you know, physically.
Now you were a fully grown woman.
Exactly. He wasn't interested. He was like an addict. The older he got, the more he seemed to need these girls in his life. Thought it kept him young. Pathetic, really.
Help me with this. Why would Joanna Blake have come uninvited to your house?
I don't know.
But she did come to your house. Why?
Yes, I...
Why?
Give him a chance to answer the question, officer.
Of course. What made Joanna come to your house, Mr. Leighton?
I think she developed a crush on me, I suppose.
A teenage crush? Is that it?
She'd be waiting by my car after the choir, flirting.
How flirting?
Asking me for a lift. She was quite forward.
And how did you deal with that?
I'd tell her not to be silly. She was very young.
She was, and you were married.
Exactly.
So you wouldn't give her a lift?
I didn't think it was wise.
And around the time she disappeared, she came to your house.
That's right.
Uninvited?
Totally.
How did she get your address?
I don't know. Wouldn't have been difficult to find.
Who else was in?
No one. Lucy had gone to see her mother. Oh, and Ben was in bed.
You let Joanna in?
She sort of walked in. She was very hyper. She was telling me she loved me. I tried to calm her down. She got quite hysterical at one point. She grabbed a kitchen knife. Started to say she was going to slash her wrists.
What did you do?
I went to get the knife off her. It was quite a struggle. I got cut.
There was blood?
Yes, there was blood.
Do you think that's relevant?
Well, I was just wondering if that might be the source of my DNA on her.
Interesting.
It could be.
It isn't.
Pardon, officer?
It's not the source of the DNA.
Then perhaps you could tell us
The
what it is.
reason we have reopened this case is that at the time of her death, Joanna Blake was 2.5 months pregnant. DNA evidence secured from the remains of the fetus show that you were the father of her child.
Consultation now. I need some instructions.
We met at the choir. She always came and talked to me at the tea break. She said it stopped her from going outside for a cigarette, which was good.
What did you talk about?
Anything. Music, my work, general stuff. She was quite mature.
Oh, is that so?
She told me she was 17.
Of course she did. How old were you?
42. She lived near me. She asked for a lift home.
She asked?
Yeah.
You didn't offer?
When I found out how old she really was, I told her we'd have to wait.
Joanna was pregnant with your child, Mr. Leighton.
You know, I mean, I told her we should stop what we were. Till she was 16. We'd been together a few times, and as soon as I found out her age...
You had unlawful sexual intercourse with a 15-year-old girl.
She said she was 17. When I knew her real age, I stopped. She was upset about that.
Did you know she was pregnant?
Of course I didn't.
Had you invited Joanna Blake to your home that night?
No.
Your wife was out?
Ben was there. She rang my mobile. She said she needed to see me.
So you said, come over, my wife's out.
Well, not like that. She was very insistent.
You were the adult.
I know. I want you to understand something.
What's that?
I was deeply in love with that girl.
You had no right to
We
be.
were in love.
Your relationship was criminal.
We were going to be together. When she turned 16, I was going to tell my wife the truth.
You're under arrest for her murder.
I did not kill Joanna.
You have lied and lied in a police interview. Who's going to believe that?
It's true. I loved her. I could never have killed her.
But the police will say you had a perfect motive.
What?
Come on, Mr. Leighton. A 15-year-old girl comes to her house to tell her respectable married lover that she's pregnant. It's fairly simple.
It isn't. I didn't do it.
Oh, so... Joanna Blake came to your house on the evening of her disappearance, but you have nothing to do with her death? Huh? And that's your defence?
No. There's something else.
Frank, I need to tell you what happened that night.
Yes, I think you do.
I came home unexpectedly from my mother's.
You've been at your mother's?
I was meant to be staying over, but we argued as usual. I got in the house. She was there.
Who was?
Joanna Blake.
Was in your house?
Yes.
Sorry. She was in your home?
The shoes were in the hall. High heels, blue. She'd taken them off.
Right.
She was upstairs. Must have been in the bathroom. I heard the flush go. Dominic walked out of the kitchen. We stared at each other.
Did you say anything?
I was just shocked.
I'm not surprised.
He came out. He just came right out.
Lucy was standing there.
What did you say?
Nothing at first. I was so shocked to see her.
Where was Joanna?
Still upstairs.
And you and your wife stand staring at each other in silence?
Yes. Then Lucy started shouting.
What was she saying?
What do you think? She was crazy. Never seen her like that. She was swearing, abusing me, calling Joanna horrible things.
I'm not surprised.
It was extreme. It wasn't like her.
And all this time, Joanna's in the bathroom?
For quite some time, I think. Lucy's just shouting and crying. It was quite frightening. She picked up Joanna's shoes and she flung them at me. She was out of control.
So, there are these two out-of-control female... Were you in control, Dominic?
I think I was in shock, Sarah.
Mom! Frank, are you here?
What's that?
It's nothing to do with us, Mr.
What's
Leighton.
going on?
Ben!
Lucy, I want you to sit down.
Mum's here, darling.
Mom, I need Frank.
He needs me.
Just keep for me. You stay here. Right, what's going on, officer?
A uniformed colleague arrested him.
I wasn't doing any harm.
And what's he been nicked for?
Section 5 of the Misuse of Drugs Act.
Possession? Seriously?
A young PC saw him smoking a joint by the police station steps.
And he's nicked it?
I'm not best pleased about it either, Mr. Twist.
Sorry, Frank.
All right. Well, we'd better have a word, Ben.
It might help, sir. I'm keen to process it swiftly.
In you go. Go on. Sit down. Right. I warned you.
Yeah.
Just takes one enthusiastic you to recruit.
I'm sorry, Frank.
Hey, come on. It's not the end of the world. We'll sort this out.
I know.
What's up, Ben?
I'm so sorry.
What's wrong?
I've just been thinking.
Oh, I sometimes make that mistake.
There's stuff in my head, Frank.
Yes, I know, mate. I know.
I just keep flashing back to that one night. You said there was a girl called Joanna.
Yeah?
I was a kid, Frank.
Yes, I know. You don't have to talk about this.
There was this night. Mum was screaming. She didn't usually scream like that. And there was this crying. I've got these bits of memories. I'm not sure what's real and what isn't. Maybe it's the weed.
No, I don't think so.
Dad came into my bedroom. He hardly ever did that. He was like, don't worry, it'll be fine. What was happening, Frank?
That's what I'm trying to find.
Listen, if something bad was happening, it won't be down to Mum. Dad was always the boss. She did what she was told. Always. I can't get Mum into trouble. Whatever happened, it'll be down to Dad. He was totally in charge of her. Always was.
She was a grown woman at the time. She was responsible for her own decisions.
She'd do whatever Dad told her. You remember him. You know what he's like.
All right. I suppose if he was, controlling and coercive.
He was that all right?
Oh, that's important.
Why?
Ben, did your mum ever talk to you about that evening?
Years later.
And?
She just said it was all down to Dad. I should forget all about it.
Did you?
Sort of. I wasn't even sure what I was meant to forget.
Right. Ben, listen to me. I'm going to speak to the officer about the cannabis. But I do need to talk to your mother. Have you ever talked to him about that night?
No, not in years.
About Joanna Blake?
Never. None of it was to do with Ben.
He heard things, Lucy.
Poor baby.
What happened to Joanna? You know, don't you?
Frank.
I can't help you if you don't tell me.
Dominic and I were in the hall. Frank, he'd been treating me like this for years.
Like what?
Like I was some kind of total idiot. Our son was in the house. He'd brought a woman back, and he was telling me that was my fault. My fault for coming back and catching them.
You need to tell me what happened to Joanna.
She came out onto the landing. She was standing at the top of the stairs. She looked like me. Like the girl I'd been when I met him. I looked up the stairs and thought, you're just a younger, prettier me.
Did she say anything?
No, she was just staring at us. Looking down the stairs at us.
And then?
She fell.
Fell?
Down the stairs.
Why did she fall?
It was like she fainted. It was the whole situation. She fell forward and...
Right.
She rolled over and over. It seemed to take forever.
What did you and Dominic do?
We just stood there. Didn't move, couldn't move.
And Joanna?
She landed at the bottom. Her head hit the stone floor in the hall. It was terrible.
Is that where she died?
There was nothing we could do. She was gone.
What happened next?
I looked at Dominic. We couldn't speak. And then he did what he always did. He took control. Told me what we had to do.
What was that?
He said that there was nothing we could do to help her. He said that we had to protect our family now. Nobody knew that she'd been in our house. We needed to get rid of the body.
He said that, did he?
Yes.
And you went along with it?
All my life with him. I did as I was told.
You didn't ring the police? You didn't ring an ambulance?
There wasn't any point.
And that's what you thought?
It's what Dominic said. I just did what I was told.
And what exactly was that?
I helped him. We carried Got her body to the car. Put her in. Dominic drove away.
And then?
I cleaned for hours. There was blood in the hole. I scrubbed and I scrubbed. When I finished, there was nothing to say that she'd ever been there.
But she had been there. A teenage girl had died in front of you.
It was like she'd never been there.
You do understand you've committed a very serious crime, don't you?
She felt...
You've covered up her death. You've collaborated in the unlawful disposal of her body.
She just fell.
Yes, she was standing at the top of the stairs. She fainted.
That's ridiculous, Mr. Layton. That's not what
It
happened.
is.
There's not a chance.
I'm really sorry.
Nobody is interested in an apology, Mr. Layton. First, you claim to have no knowledge of Joanna Blake. Then, when the DNA match was disclosed, you minimised your contact.
I know.
She was a 15-year-old girl. She was carrying your child.
Yes.
She was going to tell the world that she'd been groomed
No.
and abused
No.
by a man of 42. She didn't fall. You killed her.
No.
You've lied and lied
There's
and
a
lied.
reason.
You're trying to get away with it.
I am actually trying to protect somebody.
There are things that are just accidents, aren't there?
Is that what you're saying this was? An accident?
It's nobody's fault.
Not so sure about that. Most accidents are somebody's fault.
Yeah. Or two people's faults.
Yeah.
What happens now, Frank?
I think the police will arrest you. Being concerned in the unlawful disposal of a body, possibly perverting the course of justice.
That's serious, isn't it?
It's very serious.
I'll go to prison.
Who are you trying to protect? You're just trying to protect yourself, aren't you? Aren't you?
All right. I'll tell you the truth. Joanna had gone upstairs. Lucy was in the hall, raging. I was caught.
Yeah, you certainly were.
Joanna came to the top of the stairs. She was looking at us. Everything stood still for a moment. And that's when the door opened.
Which door?
I don't think...
Which door, Mr. Layton?
Ben's. He came out of his bedroom. Joanna heard. She was startled. She turned to face him. He was barely awake, but his eyes were wide open. And he was talking. Be quiet. Be quiet. Stop shouting, everybody, now. And Ben, he went towards her. He pushed, just a little shove. She fell down the stairs. That is how Joanna died.
And that's now your version of events.
I am telling you the truth. That is actually what happened.
If you tell the police this, they won't believe you. You will be charged with murder. You will face trial at a criminal court. And of course, there's Ben.
What about Ben?
He'll be called as a witness. There'll be a media circus. His life will be made a misery, and you're highly likely to be convicted of Joanna Blake's murder. Ben's life will be completely derailed.
I see. I always told myself I was protecting Ben.
Not once have you thought about Ben.
He never knew what happened that night.
Ben suffered the effects. It destroyed Joanna Blake's family and yours.
It did.
The police will need to carry on with your interview.
Yes.
I should advise you as to your best course of action.
I don't think I require any further advice. I'd like you to be present in the interview, but I know what I'm going to do.
And for the record, also present in this interview is...
Sarah Gold, legal advisor.
Thank you. Mr. Layton, is there anything you'd like to say at this stage?
Yes, there is.
Please go ahead.
I'd like to read this statement.
What?
On the 9th of May, 1998, Joanna Blake came to my home. Joanna and I had been involved in a sexual relationship. During her visit, there was a disagreement. She and I argued whilst we were both standing at the top of the stairs. I pushed her. She was in stocking feet and fell down the stairs. She banged her head and died as a result of her injuries. It was a terrible accident for which I am totally responsible.
It was you who pushed her?
Yes. That's right.
Officer, could you please stop recording for a moment?
Why?
At this point, I need to withdraw from this case.
Why is that, Miss Gold?
Let's just say for professional reasons. I don't think I could face these.
What, are you joking? Fish and chips straight out of the paper with curry sauce? Nectar of the gods.
You can have mine. I'll just have orange juice.
Okay.
I did have to withdraw from the case, didn't I?
Obviously. He told you one thing in private consultation, then told the police something completely different. How could you carry on representing him?
Yes, but he made a decision. He wasn't going to put his son through it. He acted like a responsible parent.
20 years late.
Yeah. It was awful, Frank. That poor girl.
Hey, it's all right.
I'm sorry. I'm upset. This is why I try not to do these sort of cases. I suppose you're going to tell me I need to grow up.
You are the most grown-up person I know. And just to prove it, I'm going to get you a panda and I'll put a very decent shot of vodka in that orange juice.
Oh, sorry, sweetheart. Did we wake you up?
Yes. Smell fish and chips.
There it is. That's the twist radar in place. We can detect deep-fried food at 100 yards, can't we, Franny? That's an important skill.
I'd like some, please.
Then, my child, you shall have some. On the face of it, a selfless act, but in my own self-interest in the long run. And let's not even think about the calories in a bag of Abdul's chips. Calorie counting? It's all a bit me generation, isn't it? I know. I'm a member of the me generation. When you're young, it's all about me. My work, my love life, my place in the world. And then you have a kid and you kind of hope that it starts being about us, not me. You begin to put the kid first. For some of us, it takes a while to reach that state of grace. But most of us get there in the end. Hey, it's all about the DNA.
Frank was played by David Schofield and Sarah by Kathryn Hunt. Lucy was Gillian Carney, Dominic Rhys Dinsdale, Ben Samuel Holland, D.S. Anderson Russell Richardson, and Franny Beatrix Baxter. Brief Lives was written by Tom Fry and Sharon Kelly and produced in Salford by Gary Brown.
Most of us look back on our youthful selves with a mixture of mild affection and some shame. If we're lucky, there may even be a golden period where everything seemed to fall into place and our hopes and dreams were fulfilled. Mine lasted about half an hour. I was 19, she was 27. But for a small handful of people, their youth and young adulthood defined their lives. Nothing can ever match it, which can present a few problems for the rest of their existence. My name is Frank Twist, and if you ever have the misfortune to be arrested in England's sunny northwest, there's a fair chance that either me, Miss Sarah Gold, or another of my team of legal advisors will be looking after your interests. And if you are an ageing golden boy or girl, I shall do my utmost not to be dazzled by all that glisters. But please, don't set fire to my dreams. We might both get burnt.
Brief Lives by Tom Fry and Sharon Kelly.
So, what exactly did you bid for?
Tony, you are.
What did you bid for, Frank?
It's a silent auction.
What?
I said it's a silent auction.
Oh, come over here.
You see, a silent auction is meant to be confidential.
From potential rival bidders, I don't think you and I are going to be bidding for the same thing.
Well, what I bid for is between me and my bank account.
I know what it is.
No, you don't.
It's an intimate dinner for two.
No comment.
With someone who's played a massive part in your fantasy life for many years. You may not score, but your potential partner used to.
Johnny Axton. When he pulled on the sky blue shirt, a City fan's heart no longer hurt.
Oh, it's so beautiful. But you know what they say about meeting your heroes, though, don't you?
Oh, I know what is there. Johnny Axton's old school, proper down-to-earth Mancunian.
Down to earth. Maybe it'd help me if I win my bid.
And what's that?
Oh, 2-day garden makeover.
By such a place?
Conducted by members of the emergency service.
No, we can't have that.
Oh, I'm seeing a couple of burly firemen stripped to the waist, getting the heavy roller moving.
Yeah, as you sip pina coladas on the terrace in your finery.
That's about it.
Can't happen.
Why not?
It won't be firemen, it'll be a pair of dodgy detective constables from the fraud squad, and we can't have them in the house.
Let me dream a little. Let chaps like that all over my lawn. Don't shush me, don't shush.
It's definitely her.
Which one?
No, that one, obviously, the little brunette next to the fellow with the man bun.
What about her?
Oh, she's smaller than she looks on the telly.
Who is she?
What, you really don't know? It's what's her name of the Real Housewives.
What is her name?
I can't remember. She's engaged to a footballer and wants to open a chain of nail bars.
You watch this stuff?
Yeah, sometimes it's relaxing, but allowed a few guilty pleasures, aren't we?
Yeah, of course. Just never had the Real Housewives of Cheshire on your list. Well, not in that format, anyway.
Well, I'm full of surprises.
Gotta say, this is a serious Z-list do. Suppose the chap by the mark came third in Big Brother 2014.
No, but the fella they're talking to, I recognise him.
You do?
Yeah, he's sort of famous. Yeah, I know him.
Oh, of course you do. He's Detective Chief Superintendent LANA.
Oh, yeah, right. I thought I knew the face. I mean, there are lots of coppers here.
It's a joint venture. Greater Manchester Constabulary and professional footballers link arms to help the kids.
Business and pleasure rolled up in one. Perfect. It's... There he is. There he is. The Mad Axeman.
Oh, client of yours?
Oh, Johnny Axton, a.k.a. the Mad Axeman.
Is he the one with the 1,000-yard stare and the scar on his forehead?
Oh, what a player he was. A real man's footballer.
What does that mean?
I tell you what that means, Sarah. You see, your modern footballer has got nothing to do with the average fan. They lie around in the mansions doing adverts for underwear manufacturers. You know what Johnny did ads for?
No idea.
Razor blades and pipe tobacco. Right, give me that back.
Still don't know why we had to bring this.
I'm going to get him to sign it.
It's a hefty tome. Oh, chopped by Johnny Axton.
Oh, one of the great sporting memoirs of the last 20 years. You see, I knew that he'd write a good book.
Write one? I shouldn't think he could read one. Look at him.
Oh, you're such a snob.
My lords, ladies and gentlemen, order please. Would you now take your seats so we can let the entertainment begin?
Well, where are you going?
Down to the front.
This is our table. Just bring up glasses.
Oh, blimey. Well, never mind, at least we're here.
This table's reserved for the Real Housewives, I think.
Well, they have earned it.
Oh, hello, I'm Sarah. This is Frank.
Hello.
And now, without further ado, please welcome our guest of honour. Here's Johnny.
Frank, sorry, he's a big fan. Big fan.
Just thing I'm very pleased to be here tonight.
Give it a bit more welly, Johnny!
Sorry, unaccustomed as I am, if you know what I mean. Has anyone got a scotch?
Give him your drink, Gaz!
Now that's it, the spots.
Oh, down in one.
Yeah, he's always been a serious drinker.
Now this is a charity that's close to my heart. I grew up just up the road, back streets of Salford. If it hadn't been for the game, well, I could have ended up like a lot of my mates, an kid, spending too much time with some folk in this room. I'm talking about the dibble. You know what I mean? Her Majesty's Constabulary. Anyway, I was a lucky one. Do I get a refill?
Always nervous.
Drunk.
Tipsy.
Smashed.
I'm sorry about that, folks. I'm just not used to the old public speaking now. Where was I?
Back streets of Salford.
Oh, yes, yeah, that's it, yeah. Well, football was my saviour. I joined the Wanderers at 14. Went over to City at 21. Oh, different world. Not like you lot here. You know who you are. Oh, aye, it's a different game. Look at this lot out here. Us lads, we used to chase beauty queens. A lot of these young fellas in the game today, they're prettier than the birds we used to chase. I mean, looking at some of them, not sure I'd trust them in the bath after the game, if you know what I mean. All right, I'm just having a laugh. Anyway, yeah, I've had a stormy night, and, well, I'll have a couple on me.
Quite the raconteur.
Yeah, but I tell you what, on the football field, an artist, right?
Where are you going?
I won't be long.
Johnny! Axe my gerbil, yeah!
All right, what do you want?
Sorry to intrude, Johnny. I just wanted to say thanks for the memories.
Thanks for the memories. Are you a singer or something?
Yeah, well, there was a chap. Frank Twist. Big fan.
Sorry, never heard of you, pal.
Johnny, don't, just a minute. I won't keep you a minute. I just wondered, would you sign your memoirs for me?
Me what?
I loved them. That story when you peed in the tea urn at Old Trafford.
Oh, that was a proper brew. Hey, you got a pen?
Yeah, I'm going to here you go. Oh,
there you go. I'll be worth a fortune now.
Really?
Well, last one went for £3.70 on eBay.
370 quid?
£3.70. See you, pal.
Hello. Did you get what you wanted?
Well, yeah, sort of.
I did warn you about meeting your heroes. Oh, isn't he going to be your forever friend?
I'm not sure he's going to be the most entertaining dinner companion. Do you think I could withdraw my bid?
I don't suppose there's much risk of you winning. Oh, is that it? Is he leaving before we've eaten?
Yeah, looks like it. It's all right. I'll forgive him. He is part of the Holy Trinity. Nelson Mandela, Pete Shelley, Johnny Axton.
So, you've got a 20th century giant whose thoughts on the human condition inspired the world.
Pete Shelley of the Buzzcocks.
OK, and another 20th century giant.
Obviously.
And then an overpaid alcoholic thug.
And with that one remark, you display a disgraceful level of ignorance.
Do I?
A, Johnny Axton played football long before the serious money arrived. You know, there were times when he got on the bus to the game along with the fans.
Man of the people.
Yeah, and, 2, he was one of us. When Johnny was out there, you know, you could almost imagine yourself running around in the sky blue.
Oh, come on.
And he didn't take himself too seriously. He played for the love of it, and he downed a few pints afterwards.
That must have upset the nutritionist.
Clubs didn't have nutritionists then. Well, it's like Johnny. They had the steak and chips before the game and a smoke at half-time.
Oh, you're not serious?
Look, Cook game against Tranmere Rovers. One of theirs was down, injured, bit of a delay. Johnny punched a fag off a fan on the terraces and he smoked it, leaning on the corner flag.
This makes him your hero?
That's our motor.
That looks like Johnny.
Yeah. I should help.
How exactly?
Well, he might need legal advice.
Oh, good luck. When a drunk gets out the driver's side, it's usually game over.
Out the way, my police officer.
Hey, I know him.
Stand back, sir.
I just want to see if he's okay.
Take a step back, please. Anyone get a reg number on the other vehicle?
Oh, no chance of that,
Frank, this is supposed to be a night out.
Yeah, just a minute.
Mr. Axton, isn't it?
It wasn't my fault.
My name is Detective Constable Turner. I'm an off-duty police officer.
Yeah, so?
I just witnessed you get out the driver's side of this vehicle.
No, you didn't.
Here we go.
I did, sir, and I can smell intoxicating liquor on your breath.
I can from here.
I am now going to ask you to accompany me to the nearest police station with appropriate facilities in order that I can conduct a breath test.
Fine. I'll get a taxi.
I'm afraid not, sir. I'm going to have to take you to the station and breathalyse you.
Johnny, if I can...
Sir, step away.
Hey, I'm a legal advisor.
And?
And I represent Mr. Axton.
Is that right, Johnny?
Yeah.
We're going to have to move this vehicle.
Yeah, you're dead right.
I'll get my colleague to back it into its space.
What? Leave it in the car park? What about my car parking fees?
Don't worry about that, Johnny.
Stay there and give me the keys. Anything you need from the vehicle?
Oh, I could use a big coat.
Where is it?
In the boot.
I'll get it.
I'll tell you what, just forget it.
It's no problem.
I don't need it.
This it?
Yeah.
What's in the bag?
I don't know.
Quite heavy.
Officer, if this is a search, I'm not happy that...
Come on, sir. Section 32 of PACE, simply gathering evidence.
What, on a drink drive?
What's this?
A bit of money.
Quite a lot of money. And that is a serious amount of money. For the record, Mr.
Frank Twist.
I have recovered from the boot of your client's car a bag filled with thousands and thousands of pounds by the look of it.
Give it back, it's mine.
How'd you get this money?
Mind your own business.
Johnny, don't say anything.
As you are unable to account for the presence of this money on your person, I'm arresting you for money laundering.
Money laundering?
Under Part 7 of the Proceeds of Crime Act 2002, you do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention when questioned something which you later rely on in court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence. Do you understand?
Yeah, it's rubbish.
I'll now conduct a personal search under the Police and Criminal Evidence Act.
You won't.
You need to cooperate, Johnny.
Hey!
Listen to your brief. I have now recovered from your right-hand jacket pocket 3 small wraps of paper.
Lottery slips.
They are. And they seem to contain a white powder. You are further under arrest for being concerned in the supply of drugs.
Oh, look, I don't know.
Officer, I think my client needs medical attention.
He can see the police doctor at the station.
Where are you taking him?
Central.
All right, I'll meet you there. And Johnny, keep it zipped.
What are you saying?
Come on, Johnny. We're off.
You're the winner. You get to have your evening date with the mad axeman.
And I prefer my dates conscious.
Oh, getting picky in your old age.
Run me over to Central.
They're not going to interview him tonight.
No, not in his state. But I want to put my head in, make sure he doesn't do anything stupid.
Oh, a bit late for that. So, where did it all go wrong for your boy?
Oh, maybe I'm about to find out. Yeah, go, pull up over there.
That's police vehicles only.
Johnny Axton wouldn't take any notice of that.
Which is kind of why he finds himself in there.
That's great, right? Thanks for the lift.
I'll wait for you.
No, you don't have to.
You won't be long. Courtesy visit.
Thanks. We can drop into Ali's on the way home.
A large donut. You really know how to show a girl a good time.
His adult rights and entitlements.
Don't know what he made of them. He wasn't making an awful lot of sense.
Breath test result?
What do you think?
Seen the doctor?
Yep. Fit for detention, unfit for interview.
Oh, listen to that. Sleep of the innocent.
Yeah, in your dreams.
He may have an innocent explanation.
If you say so, Mr. Twist. You know where the call button is?
I'll be fine. Johnny, you need to wake up. Johnny, it's Frank Twist, your legal representative. Johnny.
What? Where am I?
Sit up, come on.
What am I doing here?
You were arrested. Can you remember that?
Oh, it was a car accident.
And the police found a lot of money in your boot.
The football boot.
The boot of your car, Johnny.
Where's the fruit?
And lottery slips with white powder in. Suspected cocaine.
Oh, no.
Doctor said he could have a couple of painkillers.
Oh.
Thanks.
Yeah, he's going to need them.
Oh.
Right. Now, I'm thinking maybe go sheesh with extra chilli sauce.
A job's coming.
You didn't take it?
I did.
Why?
It's work and it's linked to your client.
How?
The one that got away.
Oh, the fella that drove off.
Right.
Who is it?
Twitter's been a buzz.
Does it buzz?
Several guests at Ask Worry have recognised somebody called Jason Blakely.
Jason? That rings a distant bell.
Well, he was a footballer, according to Peter Barnes.
Peter Barnes, former City winger?
No, Peter Barnes, conveyancing solicitor for this Jason Blakely.
Oh.
Jason Blakely rang him when he realised he was a wanted man.
Right, well, that's not really Mr. Barnes' area of expertise.
Totally out of his depth. Rang us, and I'd said I'd go see this Jason and try and arrange a mutually agreed voluntary attendance at the Nick.
Got it. There was a kid used to play football for the juniors called Jason Blakely Brown.
Barnes said he used to be a player.
Yeah, everyone had seen him talked about. A real prospect, meant to be brilliant.
When was this?
Oh, about 10 years ago.
Are you telling me you can remember the names of junior players from 10 years ago?
Yeah, that's normal.
Why are men so weird? Which reminds me, how was Johnny?
Oh, he was weird. Very drunk. He mentioned fruit.
What?
Anyway, this Blakely kid, he never broke through. Came on once for the first team as a sub, played about 10 minutes, and that was it. Never seen again.
Until he leaves the scene of an accident at high speed.
I'll come with you.
At number 26 must be on the other side.
What if he's in bed?
Oh. Ah, there we are. Light on in the front room.
Hey, hang on. This Jason guy, he could be dangerous. I know this area. I've had at least 3 clients from this street.
I've brought my bodyguard. And it's only leaving the scene of an accident.
Yeah?
Jason?
Who are you?
Sarah Gold, and this is Frank Twist.
You police?
No, lawyers. Peter Barnes contacted me.
Oh, right. You'd better come in.
Do you know Johnny Axton?
Why are you asking me that?
I'm his legal advisor.
I'm not sure I want to talk about Johnny Axton.
Frank, I think you should wait in the car.
What? Why?
Client confidentiality. Frank.
Yeah, right. I'll just be outside.
Good to know.
This thing is a total mess.
Why did you leave the scene?
Many reasons.
Were you drunk?
No, not at all.
Did you realise the other vehicle had struck you?
Sorry, what?
Oh, Johnny wasn't hurt, if that's what you're worried about.
Oh, right, good.
I'm here to help you.
Yeah, thanks.
Frank said you used to play football.
In another life.
Why did you stop?
Broke my leg, out for 9 months. Came back, broke down in training, leg was gone. Retired.
Oh, I'm sorry. How old were you?
21.
And the club?
They got their insurance.
Oh, they helped you?
Listen, what did Johnny Axton say?
Nothing yet. Too drunk.
Right.
Did you know him from when you were playing?
No, he was years before me. He grew up round here. Everybody knows Johnny. Everybody wanted to be like him.
A player?
Yeah.
Do you still have friends from when you played?
A few. Difficult, though. They're so minted. Splashing the cash, going to places where every drink costs 15 quid.
Not easy to keep up.
I don't go out so much anymore.
But you were at the charity do tonight.
Chance to catch up with some old football mates.
And whose fault was the accident?
What accident?
The car accident, Jason.
Not mine.
But you drove off.
What's going on?
Manchester Police, please open the door, Mr. Blakely.
Stay there, I'll get it. Coming!
I'm looking for Jason Blakely. Who is Mum?
No, DC Turner.
Do we know each other?
We met in a car park a couple of hours ago. I'm Sarah Gold, Mr. Blakely's lawyer.
Where's your client?
In the kitchen.
We're coming in.
A bit mob-handed.
You'll have to start upstairs.
Right, we'll do.
Oh, wait, hang on.
Section 17, search.
You haven't arrested him yet.
Jason Blakely, I'm arresting you under the Road Traffic Act 1988, Section 170, leaving the scene of an accident. You do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention, when questioned, something which you will later rely on in court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence.
We found this under his bed.
Oi, that's mine.
Ah, your sports bag.
No interviews here, officer.
Money?
Dunno.
And that looks like about 1 kilo to me, son. White powder. Suspected cocaine.
No comments.
Jason, I'm now further arresting you for being concerned in the supply of drugs.
No comments.
Where's your car, Jason?
Dunno.
You don't know? We're going to Central.
I'll follow.
Come on, lad. Not much going to be happening tonight. Book him in and put him into his rest period.
Right.
Further inquiries tomorrow, then we can interview. We'll call you.
You gonna be all right, Jason?
Suppose.
Well, look at you.
What?
Sorry.
I was dreaming.
Interrupted your fun with the Real Housewives of Cheshire.
You did, actually.
Did you notice the police raid that just took place?
What? Where?
Jason's.
Right.
Found a load of coke and some money in a sports bag.
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
We'll both be at the station tomorrow morning. First thing.
Oh, it's way past my bedtime.
You are such a lightweight these days.
What, you think?
Yes.
Oh, I've got one question.
What?
Who's making the Ovaltine?
What is going on?
Johnny.
Yeah, who are you?
We met last night.
Oh, yeah, the brief, yeah.
Gentlemen, I'm not going to ask you to observe while my colleagues do a thorough search of your car.
What is my car doing here?
It was transported back to the police station last night.
Big search for a couple of rats.
Mr. Axton was in possession of a lot of money that he needs to explain. He was in possession of drugs. He was in a car accident with Mr. Jason Blakely, and Mr. Blakely's address we see...
Yes, all right, fine, yes.
We believe that Mr. Axton is a drug supplier and may have further unlawful substances hidden in his vehicle.
What are you on about?
These soccos don't miss anything. Door panels are coming out, wheels are coming off, the lot. You can make a start, Jerry.
OK.
You'll have seen a lot of this, I suppose.
I try not to make a habit of it.
Funny thing is, we usually find things in the same places. Always start with the door panels.
There's nothing here, Mark. Why are you doing that to my car? Stop it. Stop it!
Take it easy, Johnny.
Yeah, but it's my car. What's your name again?
Frank. Look, now put it back together, OK?
Not OK! Not OK!
Right. For the record, the Socko is now going to look in the rear door panel.
Nothing. No drugs found in the car.
Told them. Rubbish.
But you've still got the wraps they found in your pockets.
It's not personal use, isn't it?
And the police have counted the cash they found in your boot. Nice round number. 20 grand. Johnny, are you listening to me?
What do you want?
They're going to want an explanation for that money.
Oh, I didn't have any choice.
What?
I'll show you something.
What are you doing?
Just wait up.
You're not going to take off your sock?
You'll get this. You're old enough.
Oh, dear, how many weeks have you been wearing those?
There you go. Read that.
Read what?
The tattoo.
Oh, you had a tattoo on your foot?
Just read it.
Born too early.
Dead right.
I don't get it.
You do. Listen, if I'd have been born 20 or 25 years later, that right foot would have made me millions. Rank average footballers now, multi-millionaires, aren't they?
I get you.
Born too early.
You must have made some good money out of the game, mind.
I made a living back then. Not like they do today.
True.
It all went anyway.
All of it?
Every penny.
How?
I had a back problem.
Right.
Started self-medicating.
With the marching powder?
Yep.
Oh, Johnny, it's not usually recommended for lumbago.
Oh, what can I say?
So, what happened in the car park last night?
These dudes stressed me out. I needed a couple of lines. I gave Jason a bell.
So, is your dealer?
Met up in the car park. He sold me a couple of wraps. Clipped his motor as I tried to leave.
And the money in your boot?
Separate thing, nothing to do with drugs.
So, what is it?
Someone owed me.
Who?
I don't want to say.
You're going to have to, otherwise the police...
I've got problems, pal.
What sort of problems?
I've got the bank trying to take me house off me.
Ah, big house, is it?
Not like these fancy Dans have now, don't be daft. It's a little bungalow in Urmston.
Well, still got a mortgage on it?
Born too early, Frank. That's a borrow against it.
Why?
No money. And I've got in a bit deep with the coke.
Right.
If I'd have earned like them lot now, I'd be all right. I wouldn't fit in the game now, mind.
Come on, you do fine. Skill you had.
I'm not talking about that. It's the players now. Not my sort of people.
In what way?
Well, they're not lads like us, are they?
Well, they're a lot younger.
You know, in our day, after the game, it was a few pints and chase some birds.
I wish the birds do a lot of the chasing these days.
True. Some of them might be a bit disappointed.
Well, why's that?
You know what I'm talking about. These young players are too busy looking at themselves in the mirror, plucking their eyebrows, applying the moisturiser. But they've all got the money, haven't they, eh? And I'm flat broke.
Did you ever think of coaching?
Oh, it's not for me. Too much sucking up to the bosses. I'm no good at that.
Did you never retrain for another job?
Oh, I ran a pub for a while.
Oh, what happened with that?
Give away too many free drinks to old players. Went under.
Right.
Like, What can I do now? I'm 70 next year.
How long have you been using cocaine?
Too long.
Johnny, if you can't explain what that money
Well,
is...
what can he do?
They can hang on to it and then try and link it to the drugs in your pocket. You could get charged.
What with?
Drug supply, laundering. They could well try and confiscate it.
Can you do that?
Well, if they think it's the proceeds of crime, they can.
All right, listen, pal, I've got a banging head. I could use a coffee.
What, if you tell me where it came from, I might be able to help.
Coffee, now.
There is no way to talk to your barista. Get it?
Oh, please, mate. Frank, I need a minute or two. I'm not feeling too good.
All right, mate.
What are the police saying?
The powder seized from Johnny Axton contains cocaine hydrochloride.
Right.
His wraps are actually made of lottery slips.
So?
Jason, police seized hundreds of lottery slips at your address.
I play the lottery.
They've got you down as a dealer, Jason, medium-sized.
Oh, do they now?
Are you and Johnny a little team?
No chance.
He had a lot of money in his car. Does he actually supply you and then you sell it on?
No.
Do you know anything about the money in Johnny Axton's car?
No. No, I don't.
Jason, the evidence is starting to stack up a bit.
Tell me something. How much were you earning at 19 years old?
Nothing, I was a student.
I was earning more than I'll ever earn in my life again. And then the leg went.
Not easy to adjust.
But I still had this bunch of mates earning mad money, and I couldn't keep letting them pay when we were out.
So you found a way of making some cash?
Started small, just friends, but then it got bigger.
And Johnny?
He's just a client.
Is that all?
Yeah. I was, like, so close to the door, though.
Which door?
The exit. Way out. I suppose everybody tells you that.
Not really.
Forget it. That's over now.
Mr. Twist.
Hey, just admiring the view in your backyard.
The Mad Axeman biting your legs, is he?
He always brought a full-blooded commitment to the game.
Yeah. My dad said he was a psycho on the pitch.
Your dad a United fan?
Nah. Leeds me.
Ah, my sympathies.
All I'm asking is, what is this all about? Come on, son. I'm not your son. What have I
Go
done?
through there, Kendrick. I'll come and talk to the custody officer about it.
I need a lawyer.
Strange ways FC rebuilding the squad, aren't they?
What do you mean?
Well, that's 2 retired footballers and one who still plays, all taking up residence in your cells.
You know him, then?
Kendrick Williamson. He's the kid knocking him in for Athletic this season. Ooh, lots of big clubs interested.
You know your football, Mr. Twist?
You're still short of a goalie.
Yeah. You're the one who'll need a goalie.
Yeah. Defence in serious trouble.
That's about it.
Are you going to tell me?
What do you want to know?
How does young Kendrick fit into the team?
Brings some much-needed youthful glamour, I'd say.
Is he linked to the other two?
Oh, yeah. Your man Johnny is in with Jason Blakely. Oh, he's in deep with young Kendrick. Officers have been examining Jason Blakely's mobile.
Texts?
Lots of them between Jason and Kendrick.
About what?
Arranging meetings, talking about dropping off cash.
Right, so what's Kendrick under arrest for?
Proceeds of crime acts. Conspiracy to launder money.
Has he got a lawyer?
That's for duty.
Huh? I'm covered in the duty roster right now.
I'll let you know when he's ready.
Right, thanks, cheers. Right, well, I need to take this coffee to Johnny Axton.
Oh, proper service, if I ever get next.
I don't usually do coppers. Regular clients don't like it.
Oh, disgusting coffee.
Thank you very much. Tell me about Kendrick Williamson.
Who?
The kid who plays up front for Athletic.
Oh, yeah. What about him?
Mate of yours?
No, thanks. Why are you talking about him?
Well, he's just been brought in. The police say they can connect him to Jason.
Ah! Is that what they said?
Yes, and through Jason they connect him to you.
No chance.
Well, he's asked for the duty brief, and that's me today. Do you have any problem with me looking after him?
No, why would I?
Do you know him?
No. No, I don't.
I have to ask, professional etiquette.
Oh, fill your boots, mate. I'm all right.
Okay, right, well, I'll just introduce myself to him. I won't be long.
No, not Kendrick.
Police think you're a tight little team.
No.
You're the warehouseman in distribution, Johnny Axton's a client or supplier.
I told you, Johnny...
And Kendrick capitalises and helps launder the money.
They've got it all wrong, right? Kendrick knows nothing. It's nothing to do with any of it.
They've got evidence of you having meetings with him. Texts about money. It doesn't look good.
Listen, Kendrick has nothing to do with the drugs.
But you have financial dealings with him.
It's not what you think.
Police have put together a schedule of the phone contacts between you and Jason.
So?
There's hundreds of them, Kendrick.
Well, we know each other. It's how we keep in touch.
Sometimes there are dozens in a day.
Big deal.
Lots of meetings.
Yeah.
Looks like you're working together.
I've got a job.
I know.
So why am I going to be working with Jason?
You tell me.
Look, this is stupid. I don't know anything about his work,
What
really.
kind of line of work is he in?
Well, that's what I'm saying. We don't talk about it. We just don't.
You talk about money.
Do we?
You see this text here? A whole load of pound signs, and then he's written, coming in, nearly there. What's that all about?
Not sure. He probably owed me a bit of money or something.
Come on, Kendrick. Jason's under arrest for supply of cocaine.
What?
Police told you that.
Nah. They just said money laundering. Cocaine.
You don't know that?
I had money troubles.
You're 20 years old. You're on a good whack. What kind of money troubles can you have?
We're in League Two. It's not like I'm on Premier League money.
Yeah, I know.
When you say you're a footballer, everyone thinks that you're loaded. I'm not rich. I owe money.
Is this a gambling thing, Kendrick?
No. Jason said he could help. I needed a lump of cash.
What for?
A person was threatening me.
With what?
And this person said that they'd leave me alone if I could pay him some money.
Us lawyers have a word for that.
Yeah, I know. Someone found out about me and Jason.
I'm sorry, are we talking about the drugs?
No. They sent me a photograph of us together.
What?
Do you get it?
Am I being a bit thick here?
They sent a photo of me and Jason. Together.
Oh, right.
Is that a problem for you?
No. No, Kendrick, not at all. No, I'm sorry, I just hadn't, you know.
Yeah, I do know. You assumed one thing.
Yes, I did, I assumed.
Well, there you go. And for a lot of people in my world, me and Jason together would be a big problem.
What, still?
Of course.
So, you and Jason are an item?
Sort of. Yeah, we are, I guess.
And who knows about this?
Jason, you, and somebody else who wants everyone else to know.
Yes, unless you pay them.
Exactly. £30,000.
And if you don't pay?
Don't want to find out.
Don't blame you.
I had an uncle who was in the game back in the 1980s. Stories he told me about the grief he got for being black.
Yeah, and opposition fans making monkey noises.
Not just opposition. If he made one mistake, his own fans were on him. His teammates called him names. The coaches made jokes. That's what they called him anyway.
It was nasty.
And he just took it. He felt he had to. So I'm thinking, what is life going to be like for a player who's black and a faggot?
Don't say that.
Well, that's the word most of my teammates use.
You say nothing.
I've been at athletics since I was 13. I've got good friends there. We go out at clubs. We get mobbed by young women. All my mates asking me which girl I fancy. Telling me what they'll do with her.
What do you say?
Not much.
Do they ask you why you don't have a girlfriend? It's something funny.
Not really. I just say I'm concentrating on the game. You know, I'd shut down that side of my life. I didn't want to get involved with anyone.
But Jason...
It were a night out. I was with a few teammates. Jason was with some mates of his. Weird.
What is?
To be talking to a stranger about this. To be talking to anyone about this.
Oh, I'm sorry, if you don't want to talk...
No, you're all right. So, Jason was with mates. We really got on. I thought, maybe... I took a chance.
Brave.
It was, sort of. It were like... I wasn't sure. I didn't even know if he was gay. Do you get me?
Yeah.
Okay, so I asked him back to my flat. Turned out he was gay.
So how long have you been together?
About 6 months.
And no one knows?
Except...
And if you came out?
I'm not that brave. There's big clubs sniffing around. They're interested in me. Athletic will let me go in the next window. I could be playing in the Premier League next year.
Yeah, but if people knew you were gay...
Lots of decent people would say how brave I was.
They would.
And lots would make me life hell. I'm not ready for that.
Do you have any idea of who he could be?
Not really.
No idea at all?
There were a girl called Emma. We were at school together. We used to go out.
Right. A girlfriend?
Sort of. I liked her. She were a friend. We were young. It never felt right to me.
What happened?
I told her it was over. Like 3 years ago.
She was upset?
Took it right personal. Got mad at me. Said now I was a pro, I was only interested in party girls. Joke.
And you couldn't tell her?
She wouldn't let it go. Kept getting in touch with me. In the end I barred her number. Blocked her.
Do you think it could be her?
I don't know. It could be.
Yeah, I suppose it could be. How did the photo come to you?
Old school. Print. It were posted through my door.
So I guess it was someone that knew you quite well then?
I just don't know. But you know, Jason and me, we keep to ourselves.
Oh, Jason, not so much. Not with his line of work.
Tell me what to do.
I'm going to go and speak to my colleague.
The lady who's looking after Jason?
Yeah. Am I all right to talk to her about this?
Sure. And she can tell Jason I'm all right.
OK. Any other message for him?
Well, you know, just... I'm thinking about him.
Will do.
Does Kendrick know how you got the money together?
Kendrick is the best thing that's happened to me since I gave up the game.
Or does he know you've been dealing drugs? Jason?
I don't think so. I don't want him to see me like that. I figured if we paid off the blackmailer, we were both sort of free.
Oh. That's not the way blackmailers work.
I suppose.
I know. They always come back for more, and you've already paid a lump.
Yeah. 20 grand.
Look, my colleague wants to talk to me.
Sarah?
Yeah.
Can you tell Kendrick I'm sorry?
Sarah?
I was looking for you.
Come in here, will you? It's private.
OK.
Has Jason told you?
About what?
Kendrick has a defence.
Well, Jason doesn't really.
Do you know about the...
What?
Blackmail?
Yes, Jason told me.
That confirms it.
The trouble is, Jason's heavily involved in the supply of Class A drugs. It doesn't really help him.
Kendrick knows nothing about the drugs.
And that's what Jason says too.
Good.
Does Kendrick know who the blackmailer is?
He's mentioned some old girlfriend.
What do you think?
No, it's not her.
Who is it then?
I've got a pretty good idea.
Are you going to enlighten me?
I can't really, not at this stage.
Is Kendrick going to report the blackmail to the police?
Dangerous game, if they don't take him seriously.
How much money did the police say was in Johnny's boot?
20,000, give or take.
That's what Jason said he paid his blackmailer.
Thank you very much.
Well, is that it? Are you off?
I think that I need to have a word with Johnny Axton. Don't you?
Listen, Frank, how's he looking?
Not great. I spoke to Kendrick Williamson.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Hope you stood with your back to the wall.
He told me.
They don't care anymore, do they?
What do you mean by that?
Oh, you know. You want everyone to know what they're up to.
Who are you talking about?
Them lot. Those two.
It's you, isn't it?
Eh?
You're the blackmailer.
What blackmailer? What are you on, mate?
You're desperate for money, debts to pay, got a bit of a thing about homosexuals.
What do you mean by that?
You're blackmailing Jason and Kendrick.
Yeah, you're having a laugh.
Jason told my colleague that he paid the blackmailer 20 grand, and that's the money in your boot.
Says who?
Says me.
No, pal. Let's talk about my case.
Oh, I'm sorry, I can't do that.
Are you me lawyer?
I'm not now.
But you can't just walk out.
I can.
Hey, I thought you were my biggest fan.
So did I.
Hey, you're going nowhere.
I am, mate.
Don't wear me.
You need to let go, Axton.
Axton, get off!
You wouldn't listen, would you, eh? That fruit. He thought he was so flash, eh? Him and his little tart, Kendrick. Well, he's had enough money off me, mate. He owes me, eh? I'm going to kick your head off.
Get off! Hey, Frank!
Get him down the
Frank,
stairs.
Frank, you all right?
You're hurt.
When he pulled on the sky blue shirt, a city fan's heart no longer
I
hurts.
wasn't thinking about your heart.
Well, that is where he hit me.
You need to see a doctor, Mr. Twist.
No, man, But there is one thing.
What's that?
I think Mr. Axton's gonna need a different brief.
Are you going to make a statement? Report him?
Oh, no.
Johnny Axton punched you.
Well, there you go. The shit hit the fan.
Mm-hmm. Former fan.
I suppose. Hey, well, at least it means I've got the rest of the day off.
Aren't you looking after Kendrick?
Nah, not anymore. I think I've managed to compromise myself a bit on this one. I know too much.
So, Kendrick will need a new brief too.
Why don't you look after him?
Can I? What about Jason?
Well, there's no conflict between them, is there? Similar instructions. We both agree Kendrick knew nothing about the drugs.
They both say they're being blackmailed.
Because they are.
And if I represent both of them, at least they'll be singing from the same hymn sheet.
Exactly. Happy ending. Except it wasn't really a happy ending. CPS decided all three of them should be charged with conspiracy to supply drugs, which will probably mean that Kendrick Williamson will have to come out of the closet as part of his defence. As for me, well, I don't really have a defence. Mitigating circumstances is the best I can do. I was caught in the headlights of celebrity. It was the Mad Axeman. What was I supposed to do? I know, behave like an adult. Trouble is, I wasn't an adult when Johnny Axton was the most important man in my life. I'm the lucky one, though. The world changed. I changed. Poor old Johnny Axton didn't. And he ended up taking it out on himself. And anyone who got in his way got chopped.
Frank was played by David Schofield and Sarah by Kathryn Hunt. Johnny was played by Steve Evetts, Jason by Rob Ward, Kendrick by Reuben Johnson, and DC Turner by Will Fox. Brief Lives was written by Tom Fry and Sharon Kelly and produced in Salford by Gary Brown.
It isn't being unprepared for the future that troubles me most at the moment, as much as how I can make up for lost time. Like investing in property, becoming a landlord. Can I really be someone who's happy to reap where I've never sown? My name is Frank Twist, and if you ever have the misfortune to be arrested in England's sunny northwest, there's a fair chance that either me, Miss Sarah Gold, or another of my team of legal advisors will be looking after your interests. As I found out recently, the other pitfall in owning the roof over someone else's head is some of the other people you might encounter. You make your friends and your enemies, but fate makes your next door neighbour.
Brief Lives by Philip Meeks.
I don't want to spend money on charting anywhere up.
A place that needs a bit of fixing is a better investment.
Who'd want to rent? It's far from the city centre.
Young professionals.
They need amenities, a gym on the doorstep, and a view over a canal.
Stuart Appleton swears this side of Chawton's up and coming.
And who's Stuart Appleton when he's at home?
The best property lawyer in Manchester. We've been collaborating with him recently.
Oh, yeah, it rings a bell.
Well, as far as you're concerned, collaboration's a word I could have plucked from a Sanskrit dictionary, but you really should be happy we've got him on side.
Well, you can tell Stuart from me, this side of Chilton's been and gone, and I should know. I did my paper round along here when I was a lad.
The street numbers make no sense.
Back then, these old blocks were smart. They were the place to live. Right, is it Asquith mentions me one?
Balfour.
This is the one.
Oh, hello, it's Sarah Gold. We're a bit late, sorry, got slightly lost.
top floor. There's a lift.
Says here the flat has a compact and convenient layout.
Ah, that probably means you can open the front door while you're sitting on the bog. Like the last place.
Which you didn't give a chance.
There was a couple used to live in this for a year. She was a bit of a dragon, wore the trousers.
My sort of woman.
He was a proper gent. He'd help me with my deliveries if the lift was out of order.
It looks like history's repeating itself on that front.
And he'd rally the residents so I got a good tip at Christmas.
Frank, are you actually interested in viewing this flat, or are you on a cut-price trip down memory lane?
You know, I'm still not sold on this idea of buying to let.
As I keep reminding you, you don't have many other options. The pension boat's not only sailed, it's reached its destination. Investing in property is the safest choice left.
It's just the idea of being a landlord.
You're not exactly going to be riding round your estate on horseback, whipping the surfs.
I can't get my head around it.
Well, next time you're lying in a cold sweat at 3 a.m, don't nudge me awake to talk about your financial woes.
Excuse me.
Sorry, you talking to us?
Have you got a reason to be here?
We've got an appointment on the top floor.
Well, could you go there quietly? Some people were trying to sleep.
Charming.
Oops. Come on. Let's start climbing.
Blimey, I'm awfully sorry. The lift was working perfectly when I came up earlier.
Don't worry.
Have you seen Joel Finch this morning, Harvey?
I'm not his keeper, am I?
Are you thinking of buying his place?
Yeah, well, we're having a look around.
Don't believe a word he says, man. He's a wicked devil. The wild parties he's had in that place.
Do you mind if you care to come through?
I'm joking, aren't I, Harvey?
It's Mr. Crabtree to you.
Finch, I want a word with you.
You'll have to wait.
You're gonna listen to what I've got to say, mate.
I've heard it all before. You bore me.
Hey, don't walk away. Come back inside and face me, man.
Darren Belbay is one of the more colourful Balfour residents, an acquired taste.
I know the sort.
Of course, he's only a tenant. I can't imagine he'll be here for much longer. Now, the estate agent usually does this. He had a double booking.
Now we can wander around and ask you any questions if we have any.
Oh, feel free. I cleared the furniture out recently so you can see how spacious it is.
Got a nice-sized kitchen.
Is it a decent place to live?
I think so. I've been on the ground floor since the 60s.
See? I thought it was you. I did a paper round along this street about that time.
Forgive me, but we've had dozens of paper boys over the years. Of course, nobody even delivers papers nowadays.
I remember you. And your wife.
Sister. I live with my older sister, Joan. Joan died recently after a long illness. It was a blessing, really.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
She bought this flat as an investment. Never got round to cashing it in, sadly.
The living space is nice and bright.
The second bedroom isn't much to write home about, but you're obviously young professionals.
Oh, I love you.
Well, youngish. It would make a very acceptable home office.
Great idea, but we wouldn't be living in it.
I need to invest, like your sister. We'd be buying it to let.
Oh, look at this, Frank. Great view from the main bedroom.
Oh, is something kicking off down there?
Where?
There, by the front gates.
Oh, dear, that looks like Darren Belbay, the clown you met earlier.
Who's he with?
Joel, another neighbour. You have to go and help him.
Frank?
Oh, all right.
He's a psycho! He attacked me!
I was defending myself.
You've asked for it now, mate. I'm gonna kill you.
You need to calm down, mate.
He stabbed me.
I'd drop that if I were you.
It's not mine. I've just removed it from my arm.
I think I'm going to pass out.
Give the man an Academy Award. He's putting this on.
I can't breathe properly.
You've had a shot.
I'm the one who's been stabbed here.
Suddenly, he had this weapon.
It was you who had it.
I had to stop him hurting me. I grabbed him.
You ran at me with it, and it hurts like
You
hell.
both need to simmer down.
I've called the police. Are you okay, Joel?
He tried to attack me.
If I had, I'd have used a better weapon.
Weapons? This isn't Modside on a Saturday night.
Oh, don't worry. You'll not need to knock a few grand off the price of your flat. The weapon we're talking about's a dinner fork.
Why have they both been arrested?
Threatening behaviour.
Seems like you weren't the only person to call the police. Another member of the public witnessed the altercation.
Darren Belbay will have started it. That man's nothing but trouble.
It's always best to leave the police to sort it out.
Joel lives above me. We've been friends since he moved in. Very good friends.
I think we met him when we arrived.
He was here for me all through my sister's declining health. I couldn't have coped without him.
Was he the one who told us to shut up for waking him up?
He works late. He's a musician. He's played violin for the Halley in his time.
Impressive.
Joel brings some class to the building, and we need it. Especially with the likes of Darren Belbay.
And this isn't the first time they've clashed.
Belbay's a thug. He and his wife let their stupid sprogs run amok up and down the stairs at all hours. Joel stood up to it, and Darren's bullied him ever since.
Well, if you're sure you're all right.
Years back, this sort of thing never happened. The building was full of people who respected each other.
We'll be in touch with your estate agent.
We better get a move.
But after this, let's hope his landlord does the right thing and throws him and his brood out.
Hello, Frank Twist. Yes, I know. I'm at the Balfour Mansions now, as it happens. Definitely, I'll take it on.
No, Frank, we've 2 other properties to see.
We'll be at the station in 20 minutes.
Sergeant Christine Dishford, thanks for cancelling your plans.
Well, we weren't doing anything that can't be rearranged.
So, you've already encountered Joel Finch and Darren Belbay?
Yeah, we only saw the aftermath of the disagreement.
One of the other neighbours said there's a history between them.
The usual petty complaints, he said this and he did that.
I got out of hand fast. Stabbing someone's hardly petty.
Did they both call you in?
Oh, well, it was always Finch, claiming he was being persecuted by Belbay. Belbay would deny it and make up a counter-accusation about Finch.
Like what?
He thinks Finch is desperate to get him and his family evicted. Finch denies this, of course.
And who do you believe?
Well, they're both very plausible.
And they're still both claiming to be the victim this morning.
Yes.
Was the witness who called you any help?
They were passing on a bus, so I didn't see who stabbed who. We couldn't find the weapon.
Well, it was there on the ground outside the gate. I left it for you lot to pick up.
They're both claiming its disappearance had nothing to do with them.
It was pretty distinctive. Ornate handle, probably quite old.
We've been in both their apartments, and neither of them own anything like that.
How's Belbay's injury?
The first aider patched him up, and he didn't want any further medical help. It's the other one who's the worry. He's been on the verge of hysteria since he got here.
The man's terrorised me for months. I've not been sleeping. My life's been hell.
Situations like this can get out of control if you become overly distressed.
He hates me.
When you're interviewed, stick to facts. Avoid emotive language as much as possible.
I shouldn't be here. I've told the police repeatedly I've been scared for my life. They refuse to take me seriously.
And what happened outside Balfour Mansions?
Belbay followed me, spewing his usual verbal abuse. I turned to tell him to leave me alone, and he was holding something. I grabbed his wrist, and then I don't know. It was over, and Belbay was hurt before I knew it.
And how did your troubles with him start?
The noise of their children was unbearable. I went to his landlord with the complaint, and Belbay kicked off. He seized every chance since to threaten me.
And you've done nothing to exacerbate the situation?
Well, sometimes I bit back.
Might you have threatened to try and get him evicted?
I own my place. Belbay only rents.
Oh, you've clearly made matters worse by making threats.
But they were nothing compared to the threats he's made to me.
He's a lunatic. He's not only me he's trying to hurt, is it? It's my missus, my kids.
He's accused you of a sustained campaign of bullying that's culminated in today's incident.
If I wanted to sort Finch out, I'd have punched him months ago, man. End of story.
That isn't helpful.
This is a waste of time. I've got jobs to get to. I run my own business. I'm a carpenter, a one-man band. It's all right for you with your salary.
I run my own business too, as it happens. This is it. And I probably earn less than you currently. Now, will you give me some instructions?
Yes, of course.
So, you've told me this conflict's been going on for a year. He started it.
By complaining about my kids. I hit the roof, wouldn't you?
Things haven't turned violent before?
No.
What was different this morning?
We had a social services round. didn't we? This woman saying there'd been a complaint that the baby wasn't get fed properly. We're good parents, me and Emma. She's a wonderful mother.
Did social services say who made the complaint?
I know it was one of Finch's games. I tackled him. He had the fork in his hand, and I laughed at first. Don't know what he thought he looked like.
And then he attacked you?
Yes.
And you laid hands on him?
I thought he was going to have one of my eyes out.
You admit you've had several altercations with Mr. Finch in the past, hmm?
Yes.
Some that you instigated?
He wound me up, man, didn't he? Thinks he's better than us. I said things I shouldn't have said, but so did he. They're words, only words.
Yes, I'm sure.
You've no idea how hard it can be living here for us.
I can imagine.
There was no future in that part of Turkey we're from. Esma's family are here, so we came too. 5 years ago now. It was hard then, but these last 2 years have been worse. After you lot made your decision.
Well, not all of us.
We got the new flat. We thought things were finally getting better. Then Joel Finch started complaining. All we tried to be was good neighbors, but Finch and his lot wouldn't let us.
His lot?
The ones who own their flats, not renters like us. Wish I'd ignored them from the start.
Well, as someone once said, love thy neighbour, but don't pull down your hedge.
We don't have hedges, man, do we? We live in a flat.
It's a saying.
Sorry, I'm not really with it at the moment.
You're sweating quite a lot.
This is what I'm like when I'm stressed.
You sure you're all right? Do you need to see a paramedic?
I just need you to help me.
And I'm going to do my best.
I can't lose the flat. Esma's put up with a lot, but she'd never forgive me for that.
You're not going to lose your home.
That's what Finch wants. You don't know what it's really been like living there, man.
So Belby has made your life a misery. He's repeatedly threatened you with violence?
Every time I encountered him.
And what form did these threats take?
He said he was friends with bad people, that I should look over my shoulder because one day they'd put me in a wheelchair.
And you never imagined this was bluff on his part?
I have no experience of violence.
My client is a musician.
When you play strings, the closest you come to violence is when you're tackling Shostakovich.
Mr. Finch has clearly been the victim of sustained bullying.
He'll have planned this, you know.
Don't you think you're going a bit overboard with the conspiracy theories?
That's not exactly helpful.
Aside from you complaining about his kids, what reason has Belby got to hate you?
He despises my lifestyle.
In what way?
He's homophobic. He always begins his abuse with gay or faggot. He's called me a filthy pedo, which, as any gay man will tell you, is also homophobic abuse.
And you have evidence of this?
I kept a diary of events as advised by the police who visited me.
He's also in possession of anonymous notes, probably like the ones you told us other residents at the Balfour have received.
Single words on plain paper. Faggot, queer, others less pleasant. I also recorded Belby verbally assaulting me on my phone.
And did you play it to officers in the past?
I've not had the chance. I recorded it a week or so ago and I was away for work.
But you still have it?
Of course I do.
I'll get your phone. You can play it for me.
It's all about them and us. And we're definitely them.
Meaning?
They reckon tenants don't care for the property as much. But it's our home too, isn't it?
And you started to notice the change in atmosphere around the same time you fell out with Finch?
Somebody new bought the freehold. Then all the rules changed about using the public areas and stuff. Ridiculous things like double bagging the rubbish. Like they live in big posh-detached houses in Didsbury.
Ah, but that side of Chilton's on the way up, apparently.
I don't think immigrants fit in with the freeholders' plans for the Balfour.
Do you know who it is?
Not a clue. But old Crabtree and his residents' association love enforcing the rules, complaining to my landlord. He says he doesn't like tenants who make his stomach ulcer worse.
He knows about the situation with Finch?
Yes.
And he hasn't been supportive?
Not really. When we first moved in, he said he was glad to rent his property to someone like, he felt needed it. He told me he was like me, started out doing odd jobs, a self-made man, a fully paid-up member of the Labour Party. Though he does drive a brand new BMW.
That's a champagne socialist for you.
He's sick of the hassle, he says. Other landlords are selling up now and the property prices are going up, and I think he's planning to do the same. Esma loves that flat, even with all this going on.
Maybe you're over-worrying. We need to concentrate on what happened today.
I'm not making it up,
I'm not suggesting that you are.
And I'm not the only resident Finch has picked on. There was a girl who rented the flat opposite him, Jane Fenwick. She moved because of him. She told me.
Are you ready for us?
There's been a new development.
What's that?
We now have recorded evidence of Mr. Belbay using terms of abuse to Mr. Finch.
Where from?
Mr. Finch's phone.
What's this got to do with this morning? I was the one who was attacked. By that nutcase, that
filthy faggot.
Don't put words into my mouth.
They're the words you use in the recording. Have you heard the term hate crime?
I'm a Turkish Muslim. Me and my family have spent the last 2 years being told to go back home, even though this is our home. Of course I have.
Then you should know it's far from funny. And it's what I'm here to further arrest you for.
The vegan revolution hasn't reached the world of the police canteen. There's no soya or almond, so it's black.
I appreciate all you've done for me.
The investigation's still ongoing.
But now they know what he's been saying to me. I mean, he's been arrested for it.
But not for what happened this morning.
What more proof do they need? I'm the victim.
Joel, you need to listen and do what I say. You could be facing a serious charge.
I understand.
I'll go to your flat and collect the notes you've had and the diary you kept about Belbay.
They're on the desk in my office.
Oh, do you know someone called Jane Fenwick, by the way?
Name sounds vaguely familiar.
She used to live over the hallway to you?
Oh, yes. Sorry. Mine's all over the place.
According to my colleague, Belbay's mentioned you had a fallout with her too. This led to her moving.
Well, he would, wouldn't he?
If anything happened between you and this woman, it would be useful for me to know.
We knew each other a bit.
And things ended amicably between you? You've kept in touch?
We said we would. We haven't. That's life.
I don't want any surprises, Joel.
This is typical Belbay. He'll be judging me by his own standards.
Meaning?
He's the last person who should be accusing me of mistreating a woman.
Are you suggesting he's the one who made Jane Fenwick move out?
No. Him and his wife. The rows they have can get really nasty.
Yes, I called him those things. I was angry.
You use terms that are not acceptable.
That's what happens when you get angry. I'm hardly going to say something like, leave me and my family alone, you lovely man, am I?
I fail to see what this has to do with today's events and my client sustaining his injury.
Because your client has clearly been provoking Mr. Finch. We think this has been a campaign of hatred.
He used words back against me too. He called me Muslim scum, a dirty Arab. I didn't complain.
Did your persecution of Mr. Finch also include posting anonymous notes to him?
He's the one who's been sending notes to me, isn't he? But none of this matters, does it? Calling names is calling names. People have always done it, and they always will.
Can you describe the notes you received?
Always one word on a bit of paper. My Esma finds them because she's at home with the kids. She hides them from me because she knows how upset I am about this. She worries they'll make me worse, and I love her for that. But I know they're there, and that Finch sends them.
Something about this isn't falling into place for me.
It's straightforward as far as I'm concerned. Joel has been bullied. Today, Belbay decided to crank up his campaign a few notches, but he came a cropper himself.
But he seems to be a fairly decent bloke, in essence. Do you know his landlord might chuck him out over this, whatever the outcome? I'm beginning to think he could do with someone decent on his side.
Like you.
If I was his landlord, I'd see it as my duty that he wouldn't be fretting about his kids being homeless.
So, both men have worked themselves up into a frenzy, but only one of them resorted to raiding their cutlery drawer over it, your client.
But from where I'm standing, your client hasn't exactly been Mother Teresa. Acting grand because he's not a tenant.
He's aware he's made matters worse.
Maybe the reason he's throwing his weight around is he's feeling insecure himself. He's a victim of the friendly neighbourhood poison pen. And then there's the anonymous call to social services.
Joel said he didn't make it.
But somebody did. And that's the thing that pushed Belbay over the edge.
At least you're starting to admit your client's behaviour wasn't acceptable.
I'm trying to suggest that maybe we need to forget this my client, your client approach. Step back a bit and look at the bigger picture. I think this mysterious freeholder sounds dodgy.
Stuart Appleton says it's above board. And not that unusual for freeholders to remain anonymous if they request it.
Is there anything else your end?
Yeah, Dishfist's looking into something Finch heard about Belbay possibly abusing his wife.
And how did you hear about that?
From old Harvey Crabtree.
Oh. Yeah, he was the sort who knew everybody and everything when I first met him. Obviously that hasn't changed.
Ah, Glad I found you both together. Saves me repeating myself. I've sent community officers out to the Balfour, and they're going to re-interview as many of the victims of our letter writer as they can. They'll also do a more thorough search of the grounds for the weapon.
Have you spoken to Belbay's wife?
Yep, and she's confirmed that they have received the notes. Oh, Mrs. Jane Fenwick calling me back. We tracked her down, so let's see what she has to say about moving out of the Balfour mansions.
Yeah, I better head back to the Balfour and quickly get the stuff I need from Joel's flat.
Yeah, you probably need it here, depending on what Jane Fenwick has to say. And since I know Harvey Crabtree from years ago, maybe I should go.
Why?
Well, I imagine if anyone knows about the freeholder, it'll be him.
He's lying through his teeth.
He claims you've directed racial slurs at himself and his family. Did you ever use such terms to any of the Belbays?
No, just like I never threatened him with violence.
You just cut to the chase with a dinner fork.
Can I remind you that Mr. Belbay's prejudice against my client has been substantiated with solid evidence?
Do you know a former tenant at Balfour Mansions called Jane Fenwick?
Yes.
Why did she leave?
Her lease was at an end.
Mr. Belbay said he saw her with you, and she was crying. And then you avoided each other until she moved out.
We had a misunderstanding.
She has confirmed that it was your actions that made her end the tenancy on her flat.
I can't see why this is even remotely significant.
She also claims to have received 3 notes calling her a slut, a whore and a dyke. And she thinks they were from you.
She'd do anything to get back at me. And I've been getting notes too, remember?
Why would she want to get back at you?
I was sleeping with her.
What?
We were lovers.
Yes, I know what sleeping with someone means.
I split up with her, and she didn't take it very well. She said she'd get me back one day, and, well, here we are.
I think we need a few minutes out for a private consultation.
I'm surprised that you're not challenging her over police negligence.
Stop trying to divert attention away from the fact that you've been caught out as a liar, Mr. Finch.
I beg your pardon.
I think you could use a few minutes to consult with your client, Miss Gold. Thank you. Interview suspended at 2:23 p.m.
This doesn't look very good, Joel. Putting it mildly, you've lost a bit of credibility.
I can't see why.
You've accused Darren Belbay of a homophobic hate crime.
Well, yes. He called me a faggot. You heard him on my phone.
But you're not gay, are you?
I never said I was. I don't like labels.
Sergeant Dishforth currently thinks you're a liar.
Then she's in the wrong. Belbay made me feel bad about myself. That's what counts, and if you and her can't understand that, you aren't doing your jobs properly.
Don't talk to me like that.
Be a better lawyer, and I won't need to.
He said it was gender fluid, and everyone's bisexual these days.
Handy to know.
I'm beginning to wonder if everything he's said has been all about misdirection.
Well, his diary in the notes seemed genuine.
Have a snoop around the kitchen, see if there's anything the police missed.
Already done it. Nothing there like the folk I saw this morning.
Is his flat identical to the one on the top floor?
Can't say I've noticed.
Is it as roomy with furniture?
Do you want me to measure the curtain poles while I'm here?
I was just asking.
Well, don't push it. Oh, there's somebody here. I'll call you back. Hello, Mr. Crabtree.
You nearly gave me heart failure. What are you doing in here?
Oh, I'm just collecting some things for Mr. Finch.
Oh, I see. What are the police playing at? I was anxious that he hadn't had time to feed Betty Davis.
Who?
His cat. I suggested the name.
You have your own keys?
I told you we're close friends. When he's away performing, I look after Betty, make sure there's a light on for him coming home.
Yes, I remember you being a good neighbour.
Oh, I stopped all that until Joel bought this place. Waste of time.
Oh, that's a shame.
We all used to help each other. It's what you did. Now you're either not appreciated, or if you offer an act of kindness, you're suspected of being up to something.
I bet you never miss a trick, though. You'll still know everything that goes on.
I take my role running the Residents' Association very seriously. I need to keep in touch.
Do you know about the poison pen letters that have been doing the rounds?
I know Joel had some. It doesn't take much imagination to work out who they're from.
Several of your neighbours have.
Well, none have come my way.
Well, You see, I thought that you might be able to help me find out who's sending them.
I'll sort Betty Davis out with her kibble, then we can pop down to my flat for a cup of tea. Here we go.
You're having some work done in here?
The whole place is getting an overhaul, not before time. It turns out my sister Joan had squirreled a lot of money away. I'm going to make the most of it. Joel's helped me to spend it.
You are close, aren't you?
He sat with me while I nursed Joan whenever he could. We love watching old movies, and he gets DVDs for us. Black and white. The great stars.
Which is where you got the idea to christen his cat.
Exactly. I mean, I miss my Joan, but her death has given me a whole new lease of life.
Now, as well as these notes, I wondered if you knew anything about this new freeholder.
Nothing. Whoever it is wants to remain anonymous.
Hasn't this new one rattled a few cages by putting up the fees?
Well, that's part of living somewhere like this, whereas sending vicious notes shouldn't be. Nasty business. Of course, I reckon Belbay will be behind them. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a racist, but it's a cultural thing, isn't it? Being loud.
No, it isn't.
Frank, I've been a landlord here for years before deciding to sell the flat. Some of the things I've seen, the types I've had to deal with, well, you'll find out if you buy the place. So, who else had these notes?
One of the former residents, Jane Fenwick.
Well, she was a walking car crash. I think she took substances, shall we say?
Well, she and your chum Joel were pretty close.
That couldn't be further from the truth. Some of the things he used to say about her...
Well, that'll be after they split up, I presume. I don't think it ended well.
Oh, really? I'm not really sure.
Of course, the fact that both Joel and Jane got notes and were a couple of sorts is one of the few things connecting any of the victims. Can you think of anything else? Harvey?
Yes. Joel aside, they also repeatedly break the residence rules.
Oh, what do you have to do to break the rules?
Antisocial behaviour. Smoke in the lift, like Mr. Vickers. Run riot up and down the stairwells, like the Belbays. They get a letter first, then they're reported to the landlord.
So, they're all tenants?
Yes. Aside from Joel, it could be Jane Fenwick. I mean, she's gone, but she could have held on to her fob to get through the front door.
And the fact that she's angry at Joel dumping her would explain why he seems like he's the only owner to get them.
I wouldn't put it past her. I detested her.
You did know that Jane and Joel were seeing each other, didn't you?
Of course I did.
Oh, excuse me, I do need to take this.
But his personal affairs are his own business, not mine.
Hello.
You on your way back? Dishworth's dug up some information on Belbay. She's gunning for him.
I never laid a finger on Esmer or my baby girl.
Then they were lucky, after the damage you did.
I'd never hurt my family.
You wrecked your flat.
And I still hate myself for it to this day.
Is this what happens when your temper gets the better of you, Derrin?
Hang on.
Is this what happened with Joel Finch, thinking he'd call the social services on you? Is that the trigger? So you grab a makeshift weapon?
No!
Can we slow things down a bit?
And how did you keep a lid on your anger the rest of the time? Did the poison pen letters you sent help?
You are out of order.
He's behind all of this.
I'm not. It isn't possible.
This is irrelevant.
It was before I worked for myself. I'd lost 3 jobs back to back, hadn't I? The doctor said I had a breakdown.
You don't need to discuss this, then.
It was the worst night of my life.
I dare say your wife doesn't remember it very
Will you let my
either.
client speak? You okay, Derrin?
Even remembering what happened gets me stressed out. We've moved here and nothing has worked out. I was so angry, but it was at myself. The anger took over and I knew how scared I'd made Esmer. But once it started to come out, I couldn't stop it.
Why did you lose those jobs, Derrin?
I told them I could read and write, didn't I? They soon found out I couldn't. It was stupid of me.
Well, there must be plenty of places where the workforce can't speak English. I mean, there must be support available.
I can't read anything in any language. Never went to school, never learned. I'm gonna throw up.
Stay sitting down, Mr. Belby.
I feel terrible, man.
Your shirt, Darren. You're bleeding.
How is he?
In shock. Seriously dehydrated.
And a wound?
Definitely caused by the same weapon. He says he never even felt it happen.
I can't see how Finch stabbed him in self-defence now.
Once could be accidental, not twice.
I guess we can also rule Darren out as the letter writer.
Things aren't looking great for your fiddle player, are they? Although his best buddy at the Balfour, Harvey Crabtree, will always think the sun shines out of his rear end.
Did you find anything out from him?
No, not about the freeholder, but he did point out that victims of the letter writer are all tenants, apart from Finch, and that they've all broken the block rules.
And I've had a bit of freeholder info from Stuart Appleton. He found out the company the freehold was bought through was set up in Singapore. He says that's one of the best ways to remain anonymous.
Oh, there has to be some reason why this individual doesn't want anyone to know who they are. And as far as I can work out, the freeholder has more to gain from the Balfour smartening up its act than staying the way it is. Does this company have a name?
Yeah, it's on Stuart's email. Here. Crawford International Holdings Limited.
That could be anyone.
Best way to keep a company anonymous, I guess. Pick a common surname. Must be thousands of Crawfords in Manchester.
Hey, hang on. Crawford as a surname. Now, who's called Crawford?
I don't know anyone.
Come on. Famous people. Right, there's Michael.
Yes, indeed. Oh, Joan, of course.
Sister Joan. Joan Crawford. And a cat called Betty Davis.
You've just said Joan Crawford and Betty Davis in the same sentence. You're not telling me you're gender fluid too, are you?
I know how Harvey Crabtree's involved. He's the freeholder.
Why have you come back?
I've worked out what you spent your nest egg on. You paid for all your alterations in here, then you reinvested the rest by buying the freehold to the Balfour Mansions.
You can't prove it.
You call the company Crawford International Holdings, a tribute to your sister or your friendship with Joel Finch.
This is none of your business. I've done nothing wrong.
But I think you have. You went to a lot of effort so nobody would trace the sale back to you.
I didn't want any of the residents taking advantage.
You had a plan. You want the Balfour Mansions back the way they were. A home for professionals where there's no room for anyone you don't deem to be desirable.
It's all perfectly legal.
Once you effectively owned the public spaces, you could start putting the pressure on, couldn't you? Change the rules and enforce them. Make tenants seem like troublemakers, so eventually landlords decide renting's more bother than it's worth. So they sell.
No!
Part of your plans involves stirring up trouble amongst your neighbours. Of course, as the resident busybody, you knew all the right buttons to press, but some people were harder to shift than others, weren't they? So that's why you had to include Joel Finch on your letter list.
I'd never hurt Joel.
For example, you needed to manipulate Finch to help get rid of Darren Belby.
You've got this all wrong.
Perhaps you'd care to enlighten me.
It's hard finding the words, and you'll never understand.
I'm willing to try.
I saw them together once. Joel and that Fenwick woman. They were close, laughing. He said it was nothing. Well, that was a lie along with everything else. What I was supposed to mean to him. How in him I finally had a future. Even someone as old as me wants a future. Especially if your past hasn't been much to write home about. How could he do this to me?
What's he done, Harvey? Tell me.
He wanted to buy the freehold, but he didn't have enough. He told me what a great investment it would be for us both. I gave him the money he needed with my blessing. I'd have given him anything.
You bought the freehold together?
He told me it should be in his name because it was less complicated, and he suggested that we buy it in a way that we could keep it between ourselves. I let him handle everything to do with it. I trusted him.
But you had nothing to do with it?
He'd give me updates every now and then, discuss how things were working profit-wise, but it was his project.
And you had no idea what else he was up to?
No. But I've worked out he's only been able to do what he's done because of everything I told him. Joan always had a go at me about being a gossip. She was the only one who was ever able to rein me in. I'm going to miss her more than ever now.
You'll need to come to the station. Give a statement.
Wait. Are these the sort of letters folks have been receiving?
That's them.
Joel always wrote the resident association letters, and I delivered them. After you left, I noticed one of the names was spelt wrongly on the envelope, and I'm a stickler for getting that sort of thing right. So I found this. There were 2 others in the rest of the mail out, and there's this.
Oh, the fork from this morning.
I picked it up when nobody was watching. I knew he'd stabbed Belbay, but I thought he'd have deserved it. The canteen it belongs to was Jones. Finch stole it from me. They say there's no fool like an old fool.
They do.
Interview resuming at 5:45 p.m. I've just finished a very interesting chat with Harvey Crabtree. He's told me you both own the freehold to the Balfour Mansions.
And how is Darren Belbay?
On his way home, off with a caution.
He was tougher to get rid of than you thought.
Tenacious, yes.
So you decided to get your hands dirty to get rid of him?
Well, none of it was personal, of course.
It looked good, playing the part of the victim. I guess receiving letters was meant to help with that too. But that was a mistake. It broke the pattern.
Being a gambler involves some risks, and I'm a good one. Earned more at it than music in recent years.
The Balfour's meant to be a good investment.
But the prices weren't going up fast enough for you. You needed to increase the odds in your favour. This has been a game for you.
A surprisingly unfulfilling one.
You used Harvey Crabtree, conned him out of his money.
He gave me a very generous gift.
Why did he do that?
He'll never admit it. Probably doesn't even know it himself. But he loves me. Stupid old fool. All the years he spent denying who he really is.
I will leave you to consult with your client, Miss Gold, before I proceed with formal charges. Interview ends at 5:48 p.m.
I'm not sure there's much to say, to be honest.
No, there isn't.
I need to find out what she's going to charge you with.
You're fired, actually. I've decided it's time to put my hands in my pockets, pay for a proper lawyer.
That's fine by me.
And I dare say I'll be out of here soon. Slapped wrists all round, I'd imagine.
I wouldn't bank on it. Dishforth has her entire team working out every single law you've broken. And, of course, you did physically attack someone.
Man stabs man with fork. Hardly gang warfare, is it? And the weapon's nowhere to be found. Shouldn't be too hard for a decent lawyer to get round that.
Harvey Crabtree strikes again, I'm afraid. He hid the fork for you this morning. Of course, now he's learned your friendship wasn't entirely genuine, he's handed it over, along with the latest batch of nasty notes you were getting him to send out for you. Wish your new lawyer good luck from me.
Harvey really was in love, wasn't he?
You feel sorry for him?
No, I wouldn't go as far as that. But it is sad. It's ironic.
Why?
Folk with Harvey's prejudices, they want to turn the clocks back. But the rose-tinted memory of the 50s, it's a lie. Yeah, you might have been able to nip to the shops and leave your front door unlocked. But it was also a time of repression and secrets. It's the decade that probably made his life miserable in the first place.
I'm guessing I won't be putting Balfour Mansions on the second viewing list.
Oh, I am sorry, love. I just don't think I can do it. Buy anywhere, I mean.
I thought you said families like the Belbays deserve someone to look after the roofs over their heads.
They do. It's just not me. Square pegs, round holes, you know.
At this rate, I think your only option is to gear yourself up to work till you drop.
Yes, I guess so.
As long as you don't expect me to do the same.
Don't worry. I'll be around to keep you in the manner to which you become accustomed.
Oh.
Men in my family have a habit of living well into their 90s.
Oh, you do know how to cheer a girl up.
And whatever Sarah says, I didn't take this decision lightly. I know the future isn't far away, and that's still a worry. But I reckon standing by what you believe in is more important. Always. And as long as there's old gits like Harvey Crabtree, there needs to be old gits like me. Ready and waiting to act as a counterbalance.
Frank was played by David Schofield and Sarah by Kathryn Hunt. Joel was played by Rupert Hill, Darren by Eddie Capley, Harvey by Kenneth Allen Taylor, and Sergeant Dishforth by Sue Kelly. Brief Lives was created by Tom Fry and Sharon Kelly, written by Philip Meeks, and produced in Salford by Gary Brown.
When you have the word advisor in your job title, it's amazing how many people think that means you can give advice on anything. City's chances on Saturday afternoon, the fastest backstreet route from the airport to the city centre, the best 3 minutes of music ever recorded in Manchester. Oh, I know that one, by the way, actually. It's What Do I Get by the Buzzcocks. But the maddest thing I get is people asking me for relationship advice. Me. You'd be surprised how often that happens in police stations. So let's get this straight. My name is Frank Twist, and if you ever have the misfortune to be arrested in England's sunny northwest, there's a fair chance that either me, Miss Sarah Gold, or another of my team of legal advisors will be looking after your interests. But I make no claims to having the faintest idea about how love works. Ask the Buzzcocks about that.
Brief Lives by Tom Fry and Sharon Kelly.
And that, my darling, is how you make your very own garam masala.
Astonishing.
You see, the short-bought stuff is all right, but it just isn't the same.
Transformed.
Stingy on the cardamom.
3 weeks on a cookery course and he thinks he's Jamie Oliver.
I'm working on more of a Madhur Jaffrey vibe.
Really?
With a side of Yota Motalengi.
And what exactly are you presenting this evening?
Well, it's not so much a meal, more a cultural union. It's male meets female. It's Far East meets Near East.
Yeah, what's for dinner, Frank?
It's you meets me. Jewish Indian cuisine.
I get the Jewish, but are you the Indian bit?
Oh, curry, Mancunian classic. We're having masala lamb stew with creamy coconut quinoa.
Wow.
With a side order of Indian spiced cauliflower latkes.
With lashings of piccalilli. Takes me straight home to Totteridge.
Oh, does it?
No, of course not. My mother was a worse cook than me. I grew up on Vesta curries and boil in the bag.
The class, you know, it's brilliant. You should come tomorrow.
No, not tomorrow.
They're doing Pacific Rim.
That's an arrestable offence in some states of America.
Come on, why not tomorrow?
I've agreed to work with Stuart.
Oh, him again.
Do you have a problem with that?
No.
Good. When are we eating?
Soon.
You usually have it timed down to the
It
second.
won't be long.
You're not jealous.
Obviously not. Why should I be jealous of a snake-hipped 30-something who seems to be occupying so much of your time?
I'm just working with him.
You work for the agency.
Most of the time, and sometimes I do things with Stuart.
Yeah.
Come on. The Law Centre does good work.
So do we.
Well, what's your problem with it?
You know. I hate all that no-win, no-fee stuff.
Why?
It's dodgy.
Says Mr. Dodgy.
Exactly. Oh, and he's St. Stewart.
No, he isn't. He's just another good lawyer trying to help people through these difficult times. We should be arm in arm with him.
Please don't start singing We Shall Overcome.
We have to find a way to keep the law centre open. That's where any fees go. The centre does amazing work. And the agency picks up clients from there too.
Yeah, there is that.
It's important stuff, Frank. The thing tomorrow is a terrible domestic abuse case. If it hadn't been for the law centre, the victim could have disappeared between the cracks. The fees pay for that. Oh, it's the only way the law centre can stay open. It's doing amazing work, which I fully endorse.
And that is the end of the party political broadcast on behalf of Stuart Appleton.
Get over yourself.
Pass the coriander.
Here you go.
Get a couple of plates.
Interesting case in the afternoon. Got to take a statement from a woman who's suing her boss.
Trying to tell me something?
You, Mr. Twist, are not my boss.
Oh, ain't that the truth? So, what's the case?
Only if you make no comment.
Go on, then.
We're suing the owner of Taking Silk.
You are?
You know Taking Silk?
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
Legal costume, yeah?
No.
Oh, hang on. Taking Silk. Oh, yes. Upmarket knicker-gaff.
I don't think that's their slogan of choice. More bespoke lingerie.
I got you a birthday present there.
Silk pyjamas. Very nice.
Yeah, they are. So why are you taking them to court?
We're working on behalf of a manager who worked at the flagship store in the Arndale.
And what's the story?
It's the owner of the chain, Nick Green.
Oh, wow, now he is dodgy. Always giving it some in the local paper, selling his merchandise.
Seems to think he can treat his staff like part of the merchandise. This woman was an underwear model for his brand for 7 years, and then she hit 40.
Put out to grass?
Basically, put out to floor walk at the flagship.
So is this an age discrimination case?
No. Green was a very touchy-feely sort of manager.
Oh, dear.
Got quite nasty.
They're difficult, those. Is it all he said, she said?
Not this time. We have a witness.
Result! I still don't see why Stuart needs you.
Complainant obviously feels happier talking to a woman.
And what if the agency gets work?
You'll manage, boss. Why are you being so negative?
You know me. I haven't got a charitable bone in my body.
Don't be so tough on yourself. And anyway, I do the charity for both of us.
Well, there we are then. I'm a deserving case.
You are. But I'm considering broadening my good works.
In what way?
I've been invited to become a trustee of the law centre. It's a real spring in your step.
A proper win.
Yeah, with the criminal stuff you don't get this.
With crime you're always trying not to lose.
Oh, that's it, but you can win with this sort of case.
Exactly. So, you're going to put me out of my misery?
About what?
Come on, you know.
Well, I definitely want to become more deeply involved. And thank you. I would like to become a trustee of the law centre.
Yes!
I didn't know it meant so much to you.
It really does, actually, Sarah. You bring some serious class to the operation.
Stuart, you've sold me the idea. Don't overplay it.
Am I embarrassing you?
No.
I mean it, honestly. You're just about the best lawyer I've ever worked with.
Oh, come off it. Anyway, we need to get moving.
That's right. Going after the big fish now.
Definitely. Nick Green is well worth suing.
And having someone like you to take a victim statement makes such a difference.
Enough now.
Okay? Okay. I'm just really happy to have you on my side.
Okay, let me get some details. Full name?
Serena Alice King.
Age?
I'm a child of the 70s.
Okay.
I was 40 last year.
Youthful?
Washed up.
Is that how Nick Green sees it?
1 foot in the grave as far as he's concerned.
Oh, that leaves me laid out on the slab then. No point existing.
Well, at least in your job you don't have to rely on your looks.
Thank God, I'd never have got started.
Sorry, Sarah, that sounded terrible.
No, it's fine, it's
I
fine.
mean, you're great.
Don't forget it. Right, how did you first meet Nick Green?
He was present at a callback for a modelling job I was doing for his catalogue.
When was this?
8, 9 years ago.
And how was he with you?
Totally professional. I was booked.
And you went on to work for them as a model?
I did a lot of campaigns for them. They had tons of young girls working for them, but they wanted a girl in her 30s to sell their product to older women.
And you were that model?
It was great. A lot of my work was drying up. I thought Nick was really visionary.
Visionary?
He was. Realised there was a good market in lingerie for slightly older women. I was the right model for that market, but then I reached a certain age.
And you got the job?
And by then I wasn't getting much in the way of other modelling work.
Right.
And actually, I'd kind of had enough of it. There comes a point when you want to go to work in a bit more than your knickers.
Especially during a Manchester winter.
Exactly. I was ready to retire.
So, what happened?
Nick was very sweet. He realised I needed to make a living and offered me a job as manageress of the flagship.
Taking silk, Arndale.
That's right.
Did you have any experience of retail?
Not much, but Nick organised me to be trained and I took to the job. Duck to water.
You started there when?
18 months ago.
And when did you give in your notice?
I walked last week.
Why was that?
Nick and me had always had a good professional relationship. When I was modelling, I'd met him a few times and he was always fine. A bit handsy, but you get used to that.
What do you mean by handsy?
Oh, you know, the hand on the shoulder, the hug when you meet. But he was okay. Never took any liberties. But once I started in the shop, I saw a lot more of him. He'd come in when we were about to close and start wanting to talk about how trade was going. And then he'd ask me to hang around after we shut up.
Why?
Sometimes he'd ask me to try on a new product so he could see it.
And did you?
I'd been a model for years, Sarah. It was no biggie.
Did he touch you at all when that was happening?
No.
So what happened last week?
I opened up as usual at 9 a.m. We don't really get customers at that time, so I was in the stock room when I heard the back door open. I thought it was a delivery, but it was him.
And what happened next?
He said he was just doing his rounds.
Did he say anything else?
He had a camisole set that he wanted me to try on.
What did you say?
I didn't want to. I was the only staff member in the shop. What if a customer came in?
Was that your only objection?
No, it seemed weird. I said I didn't want to.
What did he say?
He said he'd done me a favour by giving me this job. He said one favour deserves another.
And what do you think he meant by that?
I thought he was joking. I didn't understand. I think I just smiled.
What happened next?
I'm a dopey bitch. Why did I smile?
What happened, Serena?
He came over to me. He's a big guy. He was rough. He just grabbed me by the hair and started to try to kiss me. He stuck his tongue in my mouth and
It's all right. It's all right. You're doing fine.
He smoked cigars. It was disgusting. And then he grabbed my boobs and he stuck his hand up my skirt.
Did he say anything?
He kept saying I wanted it. I didn't.
I know.
I thought I heard the shop door go. He tried to get him off. In the end, I used these.
Serious fingernails.
I scratched his face.
Did you leave a mark?
I drew blood.
What did he do?
He left out of the back door.
And you?
I straightened my clothes, went into the shop to serve the customer.
And did you?
No, they're gone. But that must be the witness.
Yes. Have you had any contact with Green since?
No. I locked the door and walked out.
Did you go to the police?
Yes.
What happened?
They said there wasn't enough evidence.
But you were giving them evidence.
I felt like they weren't really interested.
So, then you came to the law centre?
Yes.
Serena, I have to ask you something.
Sure.
Have you had any sort of sexual relationship with Nick Green?
No.
Did you give permission to Nick Green to behave in this way?
No, I did not.
Good. Right, we'll get these printed and signed, and I'm seeing the witness in a little while.
Brilliant to find her.
Isn't it? That's why Stuart's so good, detailed and persistent. You're in the best hands.
How did he track her down?
Appealed on social media.
And she came forward. Amazing.
And very important.
And she's solid?
Yes. I don't think you have anything to worry about. We'll be in touch as soon as we have a date.
Great. Thanks very much, Sarah.
There you are.
Frank, what's wrong?
Nothing.
So why are you here?
Class finished. I was passing.
We'll speak later.
Oh, yes, sorry. See you soon.
Ow. What's that for?
You know.
I was only looking.
Not looking, ogling.
You didn't even introduce me.
Why would I do that?
Politeness.
What exactly are you doing here?
No reason?
There's always a reason. I get the feeling you're checking up on me.
What? Why would I be checking up on you?
That's what I can't work out.
You're a bit paranoid.
You're the one who loves a conspiracy.
We could have a bit of a late lunch.
What about work?
That's quiet. And I've got my phone.
You're being strange.
Oh, so now it's strange to want to take your partner out to lunch, is it?
I'm looking for Stuart Appleton.
Do you have an appointment?
No.
Could I have a name, please?
Janice Coleman, Detective Constable.
Can I ask what it's about?
It's a police matter. Is he here?
He's in his office. Follow me. Stuart, this woman is,
C. Coleman.
Right.
You are Stuart Appleton?
Yes.
Stuart Appleton, I'm arresting you on suspicion of perverting the course of justice.
What? Hold on a minute.
You do not have to say anything, but it
What's
may harm
going
your
on?
defence if you do not mention when questioned something
This
that
has
you
to be a
later rely on
set-up.
in court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence.
Look, you don't have to handcuff him. He's a lawyer.
Serious allegation, public place.
Come off it, officer.
It's fine, Sarah. We'll be suing. Here you go, officer. Miss Gold will represent me.
So be it.
If that's all right, Sarah.
Yeah, of course. Where are you taking him?
Central.
I'll see you there. And Stuart?
I know. I'll be saying nothing till we talk. Afternoon, Frank.
Hey.
Car's outside, Mr. Appleton.
What's happened there?
Manchester Constabulary. They've been longing to do this.
What do you mean?
He's been a thorn in their side.
What, so they arrested?
It'll be the first time a radical lawyer has been arrested on a trumped-up allegation.
What is the allegation?
I'm not sure. Arrested for perverting the course of justice.
Whoops, never a good look for a lawyer.
Exactly. Hit him where it hurts.
Did they give any detail?
No.
Do you want me to represent him?
No, he wants me to.
Right.
Oh, you've got a problem with that?
It's just that you're working alongside him. It could be a conflict.
Why? Everything here is above board.
As far as you know, I just don't want you to find yourself in a difficult position.
I won't.
You can never be sure.
I'm sure, Frank.
Okay.
That's funny.
What is?
You're usually interested in getting people out of trouble.
Yeah.
All about innocent until proven guilty.
Of course.
Not so much with Stuart, maybe?
I'm just thinking about you.
I'm fine.
Good.
Right. See you. Oh, I tell you what you could do.
And what's that?
I was meant to be taking a witness statement for this sexual assault case in the lingerie shop. Can you do that for me?
But I thought Stuart wanted a woman to take those sorts of statements.
It's just a witness statement. It'll be fine.
All right.
I'll find the notes for you.
Hey, you know, Sarah, you're right.
In what way?
Agreeing to a little act of charity. And I'm feeling better already.
Somebody's got it in for me.
Who?
Pick any from a long list. In my line of work, you upset people.
It would have to be somebody pretty powerful to get you arrested for perverting the course of justice.
I've got under the skin of some powerful people over the years.
I'm sure.
I got some nasty stuff online last year when I was doing the office cleaners dispute.
Enough to get you arrested?
Their agency was supplying cleaners to some big organisations. It cost them.
And what sort of thing was being said online?
Usual sort of thing. Threats, abuse. You're going to get what's coming to you. With pretty gross language.
Did you report it?
Who to?
Sorry, totally lost track of time. There was a sale.
There's no problem.
Is Stuart in?
He's been called out to a police station.
Oh, right. I'm meant to be giving a statement to Sarah.
She's spoken for too.
Oh.
I'm Frank Twist, Sarah's partner and designated witness statement taker.
Right, OK.
It's nothing to worry about.
Of course not. I'm Debbie.
Yeah. Have we met before?
I don't think so.
Oh, the face is familiar.
I get that a lot.
Do you?
I've just got a common face.
I wouldn't say that.
I'm in a bit of a hurry. I need to get back for my daughter.
Tell you what then, let's get this done now.
OK.
Full name, Deborah Martin. I think he's already got your address and date of birth.
Great.
Now, I have read the notes, so I'm pretty up to speed.
Good.
So on Tuesday last week, you entered Taking Silk at around 9 a.m?
Yeah.
Early morning shopping trip.
I work in Kathy's cafe.
In the Arndale.
I just popped into the shop on the way into work.
Oh, looking for anything in particular?
Not really. You seen the prices in the place?
I have as it goes. So, you go into the shop.
Yeah.
And?
I told Stuart all this.
Yeah, I know, but we just need to go over it.
Well, there's no one else in there.
Well, not even staff.
No.
So, what did you see?
Well, I hear some talking.
Officer, if you're here to conduct a search, I'm going to have to ask to see Section 18.
Here making further inquiries, sir.
Well, no, I'm not going to be able to assist.
Yeah, I know that. Are you Debbie Connors? I don't use that name anymore. The babysitter said you were here.
Debbie Connors?
Miss Connors, I'm arresting you on suspicion of conspiring to pervert the course of justice.
What?
You do not have to say anything,
What's
but it may
perverting
harm
the
your
course of
defence if you do not
justice?
mention when questioned something which you later rely on in court. Anything you say may be given in evidence. Do you understand?
2 in a day? What's this all about?
I'm just the witness. Miss Connors, we need to get you to...
Of course, Debbie Connors. We have met a long while back.
I know, Frank, I remember you.
Debbie Martin now.
It's pronounced Martine, it's my married name.
She also goes by Jones.
Well, that was my first husband, I hated the name.
Any other aliases?
Hey, they're not exactly aliases. Debbie, how have you been?
Pretty good, until half a minute ago.
I need to get you to Manchester Central.
Do you need a brief?
Looks that way, don't it, Frank?
And you have no idea what this could be about?
None at all.
Ah, they must have something.
I'm in the dark.
They're hardly going to arrest a lawyer without any evidence.
Somebody might have said something. The law centre has its enemies.
Yeah, I know, but for the police to act
It's
like
not as if they're usually on my side.
True. We need to talk about your police interview.
I'm in your hands. Should I answer questions?
Rule 1, don't talk if you don't know the substance of the allegation.
Yes, I know.
Rule 2, a lawyer under arrest has usually far too much to say for himself.
I'm no comment all the way, if that's what you want.
We may have to. Trouble is...
What?
I don't know. I'd like you to be able to give the police an account.
Of what?
I mean, is there a case you can think of that this could be related to?
Nope.
Maybe somewhere you've sensed things weren't quite right?
Sarah, I'm totally innocent.
Right.
100%.
OK. Then you should clearly deny any wrongdoing.
Great. That's what I needed to hear. I'm totally on board.
Feels good.
In what way is this good?
No, it's just great to have a client I can really get behind.
Listen, you're an amazing lawyer. Tell you what, I've learnt so much from you over the last few months.
Oh, no, you haven't.
You need to know how good you are.
Well, thanks. Frank doesn't really do positive feedback. I'm not used to it.
Well, you should be. Frank's a lucky guy.
I'll tell him you said so.
And if I find myself stuck here...
You'll be out by this afternoon.
With you on the case, I'm sure I will. But if there's a problem, you can look after the law centre, can't you?
You're getting out.
You're the only one I'd really trust with it, Sarah.
Bloody machine. Come on.
Oh, Frank. Why do I feel like I'm being stalked?
Oh, nice to see you too.
I mean, you are familiar with the Protection from Harassment Act.
1998, yes I am. The prosecution have to prove a course of conduct.
Well, that's twice in a day you've crept up on me.
In a police station, legal advisor. I'm here to work.
What's the job?
One of your law centre referrals.
Who?
The lovely Debbie Martin. Turns out we go way back. Conspiracy to pervert the course of justice is a big step up for her, though. She was more of a shoplifting girl in the old days.
Conspiracy with who?
And I'm assuming your old mate, Stu.
What?
Well, maybe he'll fill you in on the details.
Please, again, give it a rest.
Well, she seems to have been helping him out.
Frank, you're meant to be a defence lawyer?
And you're meant to have your head screwed on.
I do.
Are you sure about that?
What's Debbie saying?
I'm just about to find out. Here you go. It's meant to be cappuccino, but I reckon it's upstairs soup.
Thanks. I don't know what this is about, honestly.
Oh, well, last time I saw you was, what, Blackpool Neck?
Oh, that was a right-away day.
Yeah, never a great idea, shoplifting in distinctive headgear.
Oh, yeah, the pink kiss me quick hat.
What did it say on the back?
I would if I knew where your quick was.
Yeah, it did mark you out a bit.
Oh, at least you got a day out by the seaside.
Right, anyway, they've handed me your PNC.
Lots of previous.
I know, I was there for most of it.
I know.
Possession of cannabis on the whittle.
I had a fella over there. It was Israeli.
There's a common assault there, too.
Oh, yeah, that cow. She was messing with the fella.
Then it all goes quiet.
Yeah.
I was worried you'd dumped me.
No.
But it turns out you were a reformed character.
Sort of.
So what have you been up to for 8 years?
Had a little girl.
Did you? So did we. How old is she?
7. She's called Lily.
Just the two of you at home, is it?
Yeah, her dad was a magician.
Right, did a disappearing act.
You got it. I'm not sorry. If some other fella even looked at me, he'd turn nasty.
Possessive type.
Just a bit. He was one of them men who thinks he owns you.
But he didn't.
No chance. But things got a bit complicated with him.
Miss Gold, I was looking for you.
I need some proper disclosure, officer. This is ridiculous. I'm working completely in the dark.
What exactly is your involvement in the law centre?
What's the relevance of that?
Isn't that obvious?
I have no idea what's going on, DC Coleman.
The police are concerned about some of the methods employed by the law centre.
What methods?
We have evidence to suspect that there may be unlawful conduct by your client in the preparation of cases.
Well, maybe you'd like to tell me what that evidence is.
I'm concerned that you may find yourself in a position of professional conflict.
I am a solicitor. I'm an officer of the court. It's up to me to decide whether there is conflict, not you, and right now there isn't.
What do you do at the law centre?
I am not here to be interviewed. I'm here to represent Stuart Appleton.
Are you a caseworker there?
I volunteer a couple of times a week. I do not have my own caseload.
So no input into case strategy?
What does that mean?
We believe that Mr. Appleton has been conspiring in the falsification of witness statements.
No.
We have evidence, Miss Gold.
That's impossible.
Let's go to a consultation room. I do have some disclosure for you.
In the end, Stuart Appleton saved my life.
How so?
Lily's father was a nightmare. After we finished, he got really weird with me. I had a nice job in a little shop in the Northern Quarter. He'd come into the shop and first he'd bring me presents.
Right.
It seemed like he was really trying to change, be nice. But then he'd be following me everywhere, making threats.
What sort of threats?
That he'd kill me. He thought the boss in the shop was sleeping with me, which was rubbish. But I left the job, and then he was hanging around outside my flat. I let him in because he was freaking out the neighbours. He was still going on at me about me and other men.
How serious harassment?
He'd push me around, slap me right in front of Lily, swear at me. It was proper nasty, Frank.
You reported this to the police?
You know me and police, not good. And I was scared too.
So what happened?
In the end, I went into a refuge. And another girl told me about Stuart.
And what did he do for you?
He changed everything. The law centre took out injunctions against Lily's dad. He wasn't allowed to come near me. When he did, he was done for contempt of court.
Well, that's serious.
He was banged up. That was the last me and Lily saw of him. Someone told me he left Manchester after he got out.
Good.
Stuart was brilliant. He went to so much trouble. Me and Lily owe him everything, really.
So, Debbie Martin, or Martine, is a former client of Stuart Appleton?
Yes. He represented her and won in a civil case through the law centre.
And?
You are absolutely certain that there is no conflict of interest for you here?
Oh, I've told you that a few times now, officer.
Debbie Martin has appeared as a material witness in at least 3 separate civil suits conducted by Stuart Appleton.
You have evidence of this?
Just over a year ago, she appeared as Deborah Connors in a personal injury case. She purported to be a passerby who witnessed a road traffic accident.
Do you have a date for that?
I do, and I'll let you have it. Secondly, earlier this year, she witnessed harassment by a landlord of his tenant in a housing case. She appeared as Debbie Jones on that occasion. 3 weeks ago, she appeared as Deborah Connors again. She witnessed an incident of domestic violence while she was walking home from the pub one evening.
Right.
Although our inquiries show her home was over 3 miles from the pub. She gave a false address on that occasion.
And you're sure the witness in that case was her?
We are. But to avoid doubt, identification procedures will be conducted. And now, as Debbie Martin, she is making a statement regarding a harassment at work case. Apparently, she witnessed an alleged assault on a shop manager at Taking Silk.
No, that assault happened. The victim reported it to the police.
The matter was dealt with by the relevant department.
The victim said they weren't interested.
I've spoken to officers about it. There were credibility issues with the complainant.
Such as?
I don't see how it's relevant.
You seem more interested in chasing after a lawyer than investigating a sexual offence.
Not at all. The woman who was complaining about being assaulted in the shop has a history. She's made allegations like this before and then withdrawn.
So?
I thought you were here to represent Stuart Appleton.
I am.
We have evidence, Miss Gold, of a series of cases where the woman known as Debbie Connors was going to appear as a witness in cases managed by Stuart Appleton. Our case is simple. Your client conspired with Debbie Connors or Martin or Jones to pervert the course of justice by falsifying witness statements.
Thing is, Frank, Stuart's a really decent fella.
That's what everybody keeps telling me.
He looked out for me. It's not easy bringing up a kid on your own.
Of course it isn't.
Always struggling. Stuart knew that. He said he could help me.
How was he going to do that?
Sometimes he needed a witness.
You?
First time, I had to say I'd seen a car crash.
Signed a witness statement.
Went to court. There was a case where a woman had gone over on a loose paving stone. She'd broken her hip. Council weren't interested. Stuart got involved. I made a statement saying I tripped on the same paving stone. I had a graze on my knee. Took a photo of it.
Went to court?
No. That time they settled out of court.
And Stuart gave you a share of the compo, did he?
He just gave me a fee, 400 quid, cash in hand. It helped.
And there were more?
A few. Couple of times I had to go to court.
And Mr. No-Win-No Fee gets a lovely lump sum which he stuffs in his pocket.
It's not like that. He's funding the law centre.
Always does the right thing, does Stuart?
I weren't doing anything seriously wrong. These were people who'd had bad things happen to them and they weren't being treated right. Stuart was just helping them get justice.
We're asking you to perjure yourself.
It wasn't like that.
What else was there?
There were a few more. I didn't usually go to court.
But you signed witness statements.
Yeah.
And they had a declaration on them.
I suppose.
Warning you of the risk of prosecution if what you said in the statement wasn't true.
Stuart helps people who can't help themselves. All of the cases were people who deserved to win.
I suppose he told you that.
They were, Frank. Sometimes you have to bend things a bit to get the right result. You know that.
Well, I'll bend things, I'll stretch things, but what he's doing is totally out of order. And he's exploiting you.
Well, it didn't feel like that. I was getting paid for doing something useful for once.
What are they saying?
Why don't you tell me?
Sorry?
Fill me in on what's really happening.
You've had disclosure?
Oh, yes.
Isn't this the bit where you tell me what the police have said?
No, this is the bit where you stop telling me how to do my job and explain just what you've been doing.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, not just corrupt, but stupid too. Did you really think you could get away with using the same witness in 3 different cases? Debbie Martin, or Martine.
Oh.
That's right, oh.
Give me a chance to explain.
How many of these are there?
What I'm interested in is getting justice for people.
Really?
Sarah, I'll tell you everything.
Do I want to hear that?
I think you should.
And what about the police?
What about them?
You're going to be answering questions in a police interview.
No, I'll be making no comment to the police.
What am I looking at, Frank?
Oh, don't ask me that, Debbie.
I need to know.
Perverting the course of justice. You'll go inside.
Even on a guilty plea?
I'm afraid so.
I can't do that anymore.
I'm sorry.
How long?
I'm not playing the numbers game.
Give me an idea.
The courts hate this sort of thing. It could be at least a year, maybe more.
Oh, God.
Oh, I'm sorry, love. I've got someone to look after Lily, haven't you?
No.
Your parents?
I ain't got none. I'm a care home, kid me.
Of course, I should have remembered. Well, there's no way you want that for Lily.
It won't be like that. He'll come for her.
Who?
Her dad, Simeon.
No, it wouldn't work like that.
It would. He's Spanish. He'd take her back to Spain to his family. I'd never see her again.
Well, that stuff could be done.
Oh, lawyers? It gets expensive. Law centre help me, would it?
How long did you say you've been out of trouble?
Over 7 years.
And you do whatever it took to keep out of prison?
Of course I would.
Does that include turning Q in?
I don't get you.
Giving evidence for the prosecution. Now, I've got a feeling the police are very keen to bang up Stuart Appleton. And if you were willing to be a witness for the prosecution...
I don't know, Frank. I'm not a grass.
I can't see any other way you can help yourself.
But what about Stuart? He's been so good to me.
No, he hasn't.
I told you he was. He was a lifesaver.
And then he used you, took advantage.
He was trying to help me.
By getting you to lie for him. That's wrong. He was only interested in helping himself and his law centre.
It's the no other way.
I'm sorry, love. I can't see one. I wish I could.
You don't know how difficult these cases can be.
Do not give me the ends justifying the means routine.
You said yourself, sexual harassment cases often end up as she said, he said.
Not the point.
And more often than not, he has the power and the money.
You don't deal with that by persuading witnesses to perjure themselves.
I only ever let it happen when I was sure the complainant was genuine.
Oh, come on, Stuart. When do we ever know that?
You're the woman who never wants to do sex cases.
Totally different.
Oh, ready to make a judgment when it suits you.
I never break the rules.
Well, good for you. Nick Green has a history of abusing his female employees. We had a complainant who was ready to go to court. Our witness was going to make sure the allegation stuck.
Even if the allegation was false?
It wasn't.
You knew that? Felt it in your waters, did you?
Oh, were you saying Serena is lying about being assaulted?
No.
Nick Green had bought off employees before. We needed to stop that.
Not like this.
The law centre is helping bring a powerful and abusive man before the courts.
No, we have a duty to play by the rules. What possessed you?
The law centre. We provide a vital service.
Used to? And what about my professional credibility?
Look,
what
I'm
have
sorry.
you made me look like?
Legal advisers don't usually like talking off the record, Mr. Twist.
I don't. I'm making an exception.
Why?
Debbie Martin's a victim of Appleton too.
Come on. She only stood to gain.
She hasn't, though.
Because she got caught. You're just trying to help out an old client.
Of course I am. But she's been out of trouble for years. Remade her life.
Everybody who comes in these places has some sort of sob story. You know that.
She'll make a statement.
She's made a lot of those. That's what's got her into trouble.
She's willing to give evidence against Stuart Appleton.
We've got evidence.
Never easy bringing a criminal case against a lawyer. You're going to need all the help you can get.
I don't know.
Debbie makes a good witness.
I'd need to speak to people upstairs.
I know.
It'll be down to the CPS as to who is charged.
You put the file together for the CPS.
Have you been talking to your colleague about this strategy?
No, but I can tell you one thing. Sarah will put up a massive fight in his defence.
Why?
She always does.
Any other reason?
What do you mean?
Well, she's associated with the law centre. She must have worked with Appleton.
Guilt by association?
Not saying that.
Well, let me tell you something. Sarah Gold is the straightest, most honest person I've ever worked with.
If you say so.
I do say so. Mind you, I'm glad this happened before she became a trustee.
Sorry?
She was all set up to sign papers to become a trustee of the law centre.
Right. I'm going to have a word with my senior colleague. If your client makes a statement about exactly what was going on, it could help her.
Absolutely. No comment. It's the only way.
Got you, Sarah.
Totally. Locked down.
Miss Gold?
Officer, we're ready for interview.
We've got to take another statement.
You said you had all your evidence in place.
I did. But Debbie Martin is going to be given a full account.
Isn't Mr. Twist representing her?
Is that relevant in some way?
Well, I'm just surprised that one of Frank's clients is giving an account. He's meant to be Mr. No
Oh,
Comment.
not now, Stuart.
There is something I need to check with you, Miss Gold.
Sure.
You told me earlier that you simply volunteered for the law centre.
That's right.
You have no formal relationship with them?
Correct.
Miss Gold, at this stage I need to arrest you for conspiracy to pervert the course of justice. You failed to disclose your intention to become a trustee of the law centre.
I didn't believe that. This isn't even public
Wait,
knowledge.
Sarah.
Miss Gold, you do not have to say anything, but
Who
it
gave
may
you this
harm your
information?
defence if you do not mention
Frank
when
Twist.
questioned something that you later rely on in court.
No guarantees, Debbie, but it's your best chance of keeping out of prison.
So I tell the police everything?
Yes. You just need to go through all the time Stuart has asked you to pose as a witness for him.
I feel bad for him.
Why?
He did a lot to help me.
He did something he shouldn't have done.
So did I. Doesn't your business depend on people doing things they shouldn't?
He's a lawyer, Debbie. That changes everything.
Is that it?
Yes, Benton lawyers take us all down with them.
OK.
What's up?
What is it with you and Stuart?
Nothing.
You sure about that?
Ready to make a start?
Yeah, I just need to have a word with Miss Gold first. I should let her know what's happening.
She knows.
Oh. Right.
Can we have a word, sir?
Yes.
Outside.
Conspiracy? Where's the evidence?
Miss Gold wasn't totally forthright with us.
Oh, since when do you arrest people for that?
She was economical with the truth.
In what way?
She minimised her involvement with the law centre. Didn't disclose she was becoming a trustee. Suspicious behaviour.
I need to speak to her.
Don't think so.
I'm going to represent her.
You represent Miss Martin. Conflict, I'd say.
Frank, what's going on?
So I won't be long. There's nothing to worry about. Just go back into the consultation room, eh?
OK.
DC Coleman, please. As a favour. I need to speak to Sarah. Hey.
Suppose you're feeling pleased with yourself?
Not really.
You saw through him.
It doesn't really matter what I thought of him.
Matters quite a lot, I'd say.
Why?
You taught me how to do police stations.
No, I didn't.
You did. When I came up here, I'd hardly done any.
Well, you were always a good lawyer.
You showed me the ropes, handed me the rule book. You took me through it.
You were a natural.
You told me, do nothing, till you've heard the evidence.
Sound advice.
Never let your client speak unless you're sure that it's in their interest.
Sounds about right.
Your client is always a suspect. Do not be tempted to cooperate with the police whilst they remain a suspect.
I might well have said that.
You did, Frank. Over and over again.
And?
But today, your client is making a prosecution statement. She's agreed to do that, even though she's still under arrest.
It's in her interest.
You think?
I'm sure of it.
Not personal in any way?
No.
It is. You've allowed your personal feelings about Stuart Appleton to get in the way.
I have not.
You've had this thing against him since the moment I started volunteering for the law centre.
No.
You've acted like he's some suspicious character from the word go.
Oh, what do you know? He is.
You spent years of your life representing people accused of murder, robbery, rape, drug importation. You hardly ever had a word to say against them.
Oh, watch out. That's our client base you're talking
Not
about.
funny, Frank.
Oh, that's for sure.
You reserve all of your enmity.
Oh, enmity now?
Yes, Frank, enmity. You know what it means. I don't need the working-class hero shtick now. You've reserved all of your enmity for a man like Stuart Appleton, whose primary interest is in getting justice for people who can't get it for themselves.
Oh, still a fully paid-up member of the fan
Not
club,
at
then?
all. I've told him what I think of him.
Jason, what is that?
He's a controlling person who talked himself into believing that he had an ability to put the world to rights.
And he didn't care about how he went about it.
Exactly. Not good. But he was trying to do his best for people.
Oh, we're all trying to do that.
Are we?
I'm sorry.
What for?
I think I may have said something in front of the police about you becoming a trustee of the law centre.
You did?
Yes, I did. I'm really sorry.
Are you?
I should have been more careful.
Absolutely.
Well, you're going to need a legal rep.
Oh, yes.
I've got a bit of a conflict, what with me representing Debbie Martin.
Yeah, serious conflict, I'd say. I've called a big firm in town. They're sending their senior partner.
Okay, but you just make sure he knows what he's doing. You know, these fellas in the flash suits.
Yeah, I know all about them. Senior partner's a woman.
Oh, right. You're not guilty, Sarah. This is going nowhere.
It's that confidence I love.
What do you mean?
Men. That absolute certainty that their belief is right.
I'm certain of that.
But you're sure that you're certain of that. And Stuart is certain that it's all right to make up a few facts to achieve the greater good. And Nick Green is sure it's fine to shove his hand up his manageress's skirt.
Oh, come on, don't look mean with him.
I'm sorry, that's not fair. I'm tired.
I know.
Would you do something for me?
Anything.
Could you pop home and pack me a little overnight bag?
Oh, come on, don't be daft. They're not going to remand you. You're coming out.
Yeah, of course I am. But, I think I'd like to book into a hotel tonight.
You are?
Need a night on my own.
Why?
You'll need to pick up Franny from the childminders and...
Sarah, why?
In fact, I may need a little while. Oh, want to work things out, Frank?
What?
So I'll do one night in the hotel.
And then you'll come out?
Yeah.
Right, and then...
You see, I need to find some certainty about a few things. I'm going to ask you to move out for a bit.
Oh.
I'm sorry, Frank.
Surely we can work...
No, I don't think so. No.
Didn't see it coming. Pulled the legs from right under me. You see, secretly, I thought I'd worked it out, the relationship stuff. I didn't tell anybody that, especially not Sarah. But I was walking around playing happy families thinking I'd finally cracked it. Time to think again. I packed the bag and I took it over to the Nick. She was bailed out pending further inquiries. She didn't come home. Franny and I shared the previous night's leftovers. The recipe claimed that if you warm up the lamb masala after a night in the fridge, it's even tastier. The recipe's wrong. left rather a bitter taste in the mouth. I heated up a tin of baked beans for Franny before I put her to bed, and added Indian cuisine to the list of things I shan't be giving advice on. And then I sat down, I put on some headphones and dropped the needle on Love Bites by the Buzzcocks, turned the volume up to max, and started taking notes.
Frank was played by David Schofield and Sarah by Kathryn Hunt. Debbie was played by Eve Steele, Stuart by Graham Hawley, DC Coleman by Natalie Grady, and Serena by Maria Major. Brief Lives was written by Tom Fry and Sharon Kelly, and was produced in Salford by Gary Brown.